Sam, I don't know why I didn't vocalize this before you clicked "Let's go live." I was scrambling to throw on a compression glove.
You're an asshole.
For like 5 seconds, and the fingers were all stuck like inverted. Anyway, welcome everyone to Decisions and Dragons. There you go. There, that's all I wanted to do. Go home now. Good night, guys.
Good game.
Good
GG,
game.
guys. GG.
Oh, we won the D&Ds.
Rock's fault.
The Durandurs.
So, because you've only got one Madonna glove on tonight.
If it's only one, are they Madonna gloves or is it a Michael Jackson glove?
It's not white and sparkly, so it can't be a Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
glove.
it's got to be sparkly to be an MJ glove.
I mean,
I feel like he had a collection.
I'm
Anyway,
going to defer to the Michael Jackson expert to my left, which is Rhodes.
So, segueing past those shenanigans, first off, before we start, just going to reiterate that on Saturday there will be a very special stream to celebrate Nerdhouse Tabletop making affiliate. The three of us, well, actually possibly four, will be playing Phasmophobia together. It's going to be great.
And I will never sleep again.
It'll be great. I might even institute something I did for my birthday, which is every 5 gift subs, I'll take a shot of the disgusting rum. Anyway, we're going to segue past that, though.
Ooh, that's a really good idea.
We could do shots.
Yeah, you guys drink all the gross orange vodka, and I'll drink something that tastes delicious.
I think that's a good plan. We'll do...
It's only funny if the alcohol tastes gross. Like, come on.
We'll see.
Yeah, because then you get the Cujo
I
alcohol
guarantee
face.
there's gross alcohol in this house.
My vengeance is coming this Saturday in waves.
Oh no. Why me? I didn't do anything to you.
True. It's really for Dustin and unfortunately Sam, kind of by association.
Bullshit.
I love you. Don't
should have married him.
hate me.
I know.
Punishing me by making me drink gross shit, and punishing Sam because you have to deal with me.
Yeah.
I've been drinking.
It's pretty, yeah. Anywho, when last we had left off, our intrepid heroes were investigating the town of Turst Fields, which is a small-ish farming town, about halfway between Whitestone and Western. They discovered a plot where there was a girl who had flown into some sort of rage and tore her family asunder. They saw the aftermath of this bloody murder, and through some investigating of their own, found that there was an rampant epidemic of sood addiction. Through some more digging and getting some more information, they found some interesting pieces of information, one of which is that there is a strange pocketbook on the person of one of Emery's goons. In addition to that, they figured out that there was some strangeness going on at the Locked Cross, which is the tavern that they were staying in. In the dead of night, they all decided to explore the hidden room that Cadriel and also Arthea had discovered the night before. And when they came downstairs, they came upon a scene where they saw Prima, the eyewitness, confessing to contaminating a few samples of sood simply to start this whole thing. And the bartender, Wukor, who stated that the clasp's interests had them try to take over this town. And just as things were starting to get crazy, everybody roll initiative.
Oh.
I will play Le Battle music. If it's too loud, obviously let me know. I will quiet it down, whatever you need me to do. Let me do the thing.
Oh.
Damn it.
That was
I always do that.
remarkably
I
good.
always hit add turn before hitting the initiative turn order. Now, I did pre-roll their initiative, so I just got to plug them in.
Dan, look at you, Thurston.
Right? I'm not used to playing a character that has a decent initiative. It's weird.
As per my usual, I rolled balls on initiative.
Vowels.
Now we're
Even with advantage. Just saying.
Did you use your extra D8?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Still. There we go.
What is my initiative?
And then Arthea, I believe we were just waiting on yours.
Yes. I am 60.
Oh, and some of you also should have some bardic inspiration, I think.
I do.
It was
Mine.
Thurston, Faraday, and Arthea. But I think
I spent mine
Arthea already used it, yeah.
because I apparently can't stealth at all.
All right. So first up is going to be Prima. Prima is going to bolt for... She's going to bolt for Cadriel because she's a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
5, 15, 20. And she's going to make a couple of attacks. One with her short sword and one with her dagger. Does a 17 hit?
Indeed.
Okay. I'll need you take 5 points of damage.
Rude.
Slashing effect of the long sword. And the second one was a 23 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
I will need you to take another 5 points of piercing damage. She is then going to use her bonus action to disengage and go, let's see, that was 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. Up next, we got Dermot. But you're watching her dash forward with this, like, unforeseen agility and lust for murder. She's got this crazed look in her eyes as she goes and attacks Cadriel, marking her a couple times with her blades.
Dirty bitch.
Let me see. So, just to refresh memory, we've got Prima and Vukor,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's two other guys that are just vagabonds, ne'er-do-wells.
They are a couple of the angry group of townspeople that had almost started a fight with you the night before.
Okay.
Human or non?
Human.
These are the guys who gave us.
They're
the
all
side
halfling.
eye.
All
Mhm.
halflings are evil in my game.
Yep, apparently.
I mean, that's probably fine.
It's a little racist, but that's cool.
Excuse me.
I will. I am going to not be able to load this horrible joke generator because I'm terrible at telling actual jokes. But I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on Prima.
Okay.
And just pretend I said something really funny.
Every
That is a wisdom
time you
save.
talk seriously to me, Dustin. What? The wisdom save?
Wisdom.
That is 10.
10. She starts laughing uncontrollably.
All right.
She. Oh, I'm sorry. Does she have an intelligence score of 4 or lower?
No.
Okay. then she is affected by it. She does recognize humor.
I mean, she might be a little deranged, but she's not, without the intelligence.
She immediately falls prone and is incapacitated.
Okay. She starts laughing almost a little maniacally as she falls to the ground, clutching her stomach. All right. Anything else you want to do with your turn? Any movement?
I'm going to back the fuck up. Does the stair have a railing?
It does, yes.
Or is it just like a railing, like a banister, or is it like a half wall?
It's like a banister.
Okay. We'll retreat a little ways up the stairs.
All
Gotcha.
3 of you are going to be on those stairs. I know it.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna shout, guys, don't bunch up.
All right. Up next, we got Thurston.
Okay. I should know this, but my brain never remembers. So I want to do a cone effect. If I'm standing here and it's a 15-foot cone, I get both these 2 guys down here, right? I'm standing here.
So where would you be standing?
I think here. I'm trying to make sure my cone actually works, or do I need to be like back?
Instead of, I believe you would get them. What I'm going to do, because I realize that 2-Minute Tabletop has a wonderful spell effect thing that I'm going to grab that I should have had uploaded here. I thought I did, but I guess I only had the Wall of Fire, which is fine. Give me a second.
You would just think that, like, at some point in time, in the last however many years I've played D&D, my brain would remember how to register that.
Nah.
Nah.
No.
All right,
Fine.
so it's a 15-foot cone, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a second. So like, and then you're gonna go from what here?
If I'm trying to hit both guys. If I can't, then that's cool. I don't think I can. I think they're a little too far apart.
Yeah, that might be a little too far away.
Darn. All right, then I will just aim. I'm just gonna go here, and I'm actually just gonna aim at Wukor then. And gonna, as a bonus action, cast Dragon's Breath on myself.
Nice.
And then I am going to spit some acid. So if he could do a Dex saving throw, please.
Sounds good. No, he was too busy, I guess, shitting himself. I don't know. He rolled a natural one, so.
Oh, okay, cool. I like that. Well, I don't like that I rolled almost minimum.
Wukor
so
essentially is too busy standing there cockily, like, and then sees you run up and mutter an incantation. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Well, he's only got to take 7 points of damage.
Hey, 7 points of damage is still 7 points of damage.
Well, I was rolling 3d6. Like, expected more.
So it's a little below average.
And then
you run up and almost pulling a Sasuke from Naruto blow through your hands, and this gout of flame, his expression in slow motion goes from here to as the flame kind of singes his face and his beard and his clothes, and he's not happy. That
Right.
sucked, but he is definitely, he recoils and returns back to his normal position, just stares daggers at you.
Yeah, seeing the look on his face and realizing, oh, that may not have been the best idea. I'm gonna move my last 5 feet, just like, uh-oh.
All right. Up next, we got Arathea.
Cujo, I can't see Arathia's name. Just a heads up.
Well, what the hell?
Oh, and I can't see Faraday's
I
name
can't see
either.
Faraday's name or Arthea's name either.
It's fine.
God, give him a break, okay?
We'll get it. We'll get it one day.
I did
There we
it.
go.
Can everybody see everybody's name?
Yes.
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 I can't see the blue guy's name or the red guy's name.
Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Yeah.
Say Vagabond 1 and Vagabond 2.
One of them's like, I'm important to this story, and the other one's like, I am too. That's their speaking lines in this combat.
Yes.
Cool.
Amazing.
All right, Thea, it's your turn, my love.
I am going to, as a free action, can I shout to my party that the half-orc has something in his pocket that's giving off a magic aura?
Sure. They just have to
Okay.
react essentially on their turn
Okay.
when it comes around.
So just as a heads up, he has something in his pocket. Probably not good. Seems like something that could do some damage. And then I am
Oh my
going-
stars.
I'm a stars and goddess.
Actually, now that you mention it,
Oh, God.
Oh god.
I am going to tap my staff on the floor in front of me and send off a bunch of twinkling stars into this back corner of the table by Wolfcore.
Okay.
So sort of in between the table and the wall, and cast sleep. A 20-foot
Yeah, you
radius
are.
on the two of them.
So we're going 20 feet, yeah?
Yeah, it'll be, so I guess 40 feet diameter.
Wait, so
20
20-foot radius or 4. Oh, okay.
So it would be back kind of like right here.
8.
Oh,
Ooh.
Like back there?
Yeah, kind of back over toward the wall a little bit more.
Oh,
so
I
it-
see. I see.
she wants to
Like,
get Red
Yeah.
and Wukor, yeah.
Yeah, with yep, and doesn't get Thurston.
Sweet.
I don't
All
wanna
right.
knock
So you have to
him out.
roll hit.
Much
Or
appreciated.
hit.
I gotta
Um,
roll some hit points.
Good thing he walked those 5 steps back.
Mm-hmm.
Yup. 6, 11. 11 and 6, 17. 18. And... is 22? Yes. 6, 5 is 11, 17, 18, 22 hit points.
22. Red falls to the ground, sleeping soundly.
All right.
Wukor, for a moment, kind of goes, and then snaps out of it and wakes himself up.
It's okay. You got one of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Anything for your bonus or movement?
No bonus action. I am going to move myself out of here, though. Let's see. I can get... Probably gonna go up and back. And about as back as far as I can get.
All right. Sounds good. Up next, we got Cad.
So Prima is prone, right?
Prima's prone, yes.
Which would give me advantage.
But if you
Yes, it
stab
will.
her, she's gonna stop laughing. Which you would know be from previous, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It-
you've seen these effects before.
That
Okay,
is incorrect. If you stab her, she gets to repeat the save. No
Oh.
guarantee she snaps out of it.
Oh, well then.
Never mind.
But she is incapacitated. So
Yeah.
So
if
then
you
yes.
make a melee attack, she's incapacitated and prone. So if you make a melee attack, it's with advantage, and if you hit, it's an automatic crit.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take a little swingy swing, and since I have advantage, I also get sneak attack.
Yes, you do.
So with my Blade of Chaos, that is 16 to hit.
16 will hit. It's
Okay.
an automatic crit.
Okay.
So,
Kujo, if she survives this, she'll get to make that save with advantage.
I like the disclaimer.
I might need the calculator. Give me a second.
Oh god.
Okay, so full base damage is 12 plus 9.
21.
I'm not good at
I
math.
really
you already
want
know
to keep
that.
just saying numbers random. Just to mess with her.
Yeah, asshole! 21. $27 plus 11 is 38. 38 points of damage, but also I'm going to use one of my Wails from the Grave, which allows me to attack this guy with 1d6 of necrotic damage, because he's within 30 feet and I can see him.
Awesome.
So that's 4 damage to the blue guy.
Sounds good.
And 38 to Prima.
You move. I'm going to quickly. Does a 15 undo the
Yep.
Tasha City's laughter?
15 makes it, yeah.
Okay. So, Cad.
She's still prone.
Yeah, oh yeah. Cad, you stab her fully in the stomach. And she stops laughing. As you retrieve your blade, there's a big gaping wound in her stomach. And just as she's like grimacing down, she looks up at you with murderous rage with a little smirk on her face. She is still alive and now she's pissed.
I just look at her as she's looking at me ragefully. Just give her a little wink.
All right. Anything else for your turn?
No.
Okay.
That was necrotic damage on the blue guy, by the way.
Okay, cool.
4 points.
Up next, we got Wukor. Wukor reaches into his pocket
Uh-oh.
and pulls out a wand that's got
Oh.
a circle of runes that glow with fiery red magic that sort of circle and spiral up to the tip. He aims it, and 3 teeny little orbs sort of emanate from the tip, and then a scorching ray fires out from each of these little motes.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
Thurston, what's your AC?
14.
That's a 19 to hit.
Shield.
Okay,
Yes.
good call. Cad, what is your AC?
14.
That's a 19 on the die. You are gonna take 5 points of fire damage. And then,
I'm going to use Chronal Shift on that one.
okay, so I have to reroll. My bad
Reroll
check.
the attack.
Okay. That was another 19.
Oh my god.
This is the snitch, guys. I'm sorry. They're all
Well,
snitches.
snitches get stitches, Cujo.
No, it's bitches. Anyway.
They both get stitches.
The last one is going to be aimed at Dermot. I'm going to say that since you're sort of behind that shelf, you're going to get half cover from this. So what's your AC with half cover?
Half cover gives you a +2, correct?
Yes.
Which would make my AC 15.
That is a 16. Dermot?
I do not know the shield spell.
All right, you are going to take almost max at 13 points of fire damage.
That's cool.
Wukor kind of has a smirk and then looks at the wand, and you can see that the runes fade. Son of a bitch! I knew this was fucking cheap for a reason. He tosses it behind him and pulls out his longsword. He is going to close the distance, though, with his movement. 5, 10, 15. Right up to Thurston.
I'd prefer if he didn't, but
I
I get it.
We all
you
have
know.
preferences.
Yeah.
You know what? I think you're fine.
Up next, we got Faraday.
Oh, he hurt my Dermot.
Mhm.
I go into a rage.
I go into a rage.
You're not a barbarian.
I'm
I
not.
don't care.
I don't
I
care.
give two shits about barbarians. I rage the fuck out.
She grabs the contaminated suit and is like, fuck
Fuck
you.
this. Listen, there is a fucking werewolf head on that table.
Yep. It's the one that has the keys on it.
Yeah.
I didn't have a werewolf head.
What? It
thing.
makes sense. I see it. It's fine. Alright. She is gonna go. Oh, perfect. And sprint down here. Telling Thurston to just fucking run.
Yeah.
Bonus action. So his movement bonus action is gonna be my activating my Crimson Right.
Okay.
Watch me roll max damage. Oh, only one. Sweet.
Oh, I'm the only one.
Oh no, that's not.
Never trying the Tigger laugh again. That's new.
And then she will attack with her whip. With which one is going to be a bastard, like the rest of you were the rest of the week.
I'm sending the bad vibes.
Fuck you, they don't need your help. They don't need
Thurston
your
is
help.
counteracting that, thank you. He's gonna die, but he's giving advantage while he can.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yes. I went there for a reason. Much better.
Damn.
22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Sweet. So that is okay. So
I see you, robot.
9 points of slashing damage
Nice.
and 4 points of fire damage, max damage.
So 13 total.
13 total.
That's a shit ton of fuck. Damn. All
Rolled
right.
max.
Rock on. That's awesome. Yeah, you crack the whip across his back and he turns and like instinctively puts an arm up to like prevent any further from hitting him, but then just realizes that he needs to buck the fuck up. They're class, but they're like they're not that.
They're like
Alright.
low level.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
feel like wannabe
you
class.
get the impression that this
They're
is not the
trying.
brains of the operation. All right. Up next, we got Blue. Blue sees the opening. It's going to go 5, 10,
Yeah, sorry guys, I kind of left that open.
25.
That's cool.
He is going to make an attack against Arathea with a mace.
Awesome.
Don't just ignore the daggers in his hands. What is your AC, Arathea?
It's going to depend on what the attack roll is. 14 days.
All right.
That's an at 20, isn't it?
Chronal shift.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Chronal Shift? Oh, good call.
It's
Okay, so
Fucking
instead,
ability.
that's a 16.
Shield.
Shit. All right. Basically, there's this like Doctor Who moment where
Yep.
uh
The air just kind of ripples, and suddenly he's like, "What? Wait a second.
yeah, this a wave of arcane energy fires out from Arathea, and you hear this clang of the mace against a wall of arcane energy. It does still get a second attack,
It's cool.
but that was fucking awesome.
Wait, what did you do?
Chronal Shift. Oh wait,
Yeah.
actually, yeah, that's a good question. Is Chronal
No,
Shift?
I can't do
and-
it.
You can't.
No, I can negate the 20, but I can't. The other one
Okay.
I'd have to take.
Okay. All right. I will roll damage real quick.
Yep, roll damage on it.
All right.
Should have kept my mouth shut. Sorry.
No,
Well, I mean-
fine.
Justin,
Oh, Arathea, you got to start rolling a new character. You took 3 damage.
Good.
Listen, she's a wizard.
That is-
somebody has to stay
And
alive.
has more hit points than I do.
Yeah, exactly.
The second attack was only a 9.
No,
which I would hope misses.
no, it
String
misses.
base is
Okay.
10. Yeah.
Yeah, you get clanged in the arm from the mace, and definitely know that shit's gonna bruise by the end of the night. And you manage to duck out of the way as the mace clangs with the wall behind you.
Asshole.
Up next is the sleepy, who's gonna keep sleeping.
Sleepy Sleeperton.
We are back up to Prima.
Oh, this bitch.
Prima is going to stand up,
It's nice knowing you guys. Fun while it lasted.
reach into her pocket, pull out this teeny little orb, crushes it, and throws it down. And you see this smoke start to rise from the spot. And within 10 feet, let me see if I can use the thingy here, just so we can illustrate how far it does the thing. So, and centered on herself. That circle quickly fills with smoke. I will need Cad to make a Constitution saving throw.
$17.
17. Okay. For a moment, as you're sitting there trying to peer through the smoke, you breathe in, and you definitely get the sense that there's something else in this smoke. But you instinctively close your mouth and resist the effects. The area is heavily obscured. And just as you are kind of trying to spot her, you hear a dagger whip through the air. That is an 18 on the die.
I mean, my AC is 14, so yeah, that hits.
All right. You are going to take 13 points of piercing damage.
I'm out.
As you find, almost in a similar spot where you'd stabbed Prima, you feel this piercing, stabbing sensation as you feel a dagger stab into your stomach.
Did you say you're down?
I'm down, yeah.
Fuck.
She's hit me. That was my 4th hit from her.
I can get her up on my turn.
So Cad is down. I'm going to quickly put this on the
isn't.
map layer. I will do this for the moment to signify that she is down. Up next, you guys do not see any other movement. Anybody on the outside, you don't see anything that takes place.
Okay.
You hear some scuffle, but that's about it.
Is it like a fog cloud?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a miniature fog cloud.
Oh, yeah, so you guys didn't actually see me go down.
Up next, we got Dermot.
Okay. I don't know that that cat's dead. So I'm going to.
Every time.
I am going to bonus action healing word my damn self.
Seriously.
Yeah, you
Because-
almost ate like a nearly max damage.
Well, you did 13 points of damage, and my max HP is 18.
Nice.
So, yeah. So
I was like, oh,
I'm
Dustin
going
has
to
5 points. I
cover-
got 6.
So I'm going to get 10 back. That's almost max.
Okay.
And then I am going to fire my hand crossbow at the blue bastard.
All right. I have to like not look at the Twitch chat. Robot has some fucking dynamite shit.
What?
Robot's fighting with a robot.
Every time
Oh,
Stream
God.
Elements is like, you should give Twitch or you should give Nerdhouse Tabletop a subscription. He just responds, "You're not my dad, Stream Elements."
I'm sorry, I don't have the chat up.
Yeah, there.
But but I rolled a 9 to hit. I assume that's gonna miss.
That does miss.
All right, guys, I've done all I can.
I've healed myself. And I've healed myself.
I've kept myself alive.
Hey.
Which is fair.
That's
But yeah, so that is it for me.
Okay. Thurston, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, I don't want to incur an attack of opportunity by running away.
Why not, though?
So, I'm just gonna
ignore
ignore that. Yeah, no. So I'm gonna stand over here so that when I do my dragon's breath again, it will not hit Faraday.
Thank you.
So if he could do that save one more time, please.
That's a... Wait, hold on. That's an 11.
DC is 13.
Damn it.
That was better. That is 10 points of damage.
All right.
And nothing for a bonus action, so I'm good.
Yeah, you see Wukor trying to focus on the two of you, and as you skirt around to the side, he turns to face you and then looks and sees the dude that's still passed out on the ground behind you, and he's like, "The fuck?" This time, when the smoke clears, you can see that a lot of his face is now black char, and he is pissed the fuck off, and is just gritting his teeth, glaring at you with murderous rage. A lot of murderous rage happening tonight.
Truly.
All right. Any other actions or bonus action you want to do?
No, sir.
Okay. Up next, we got Arthea.
All right. Well, since I don't know that Cad is down, I am not going to heal her. Instead,
It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. At some point,
It's fine.
I swear,
I come to expect it of Cujo. He killed me in Evil Party too.
it's true.
I did it.
Instead,
You
though,
did it.
I'm going to chuck a small, tiny. It's gonna look. It looks a bit like a kind of like a shooting star. Into the space where Wukor is, and cast Chromatic Orb at second level.
All right. Roll your attack, my darling.
Please don't suck
Algorithmic
nat
spells are
20.
so pretty. Oh yeah.
Serious?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I really have to just ignore the D&D Beyond being like, this encounter is going to be deadly.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, you do.
It's all that's
Such
all bullshit. That's all
But
bullshit.
It's hard to tell because it's like, okay, if we all roll like crap, which, to be fair, is not exactly out of the realm.
It's not out of character.
Yeah.
Truly not.
So wait, I have to roll 4d8 of these. 8, 15, 20, 21, 42 points of lightning.
So here's what happens.
Just comes.
Thurston, as you are like satisfied that you really scarred up his face with the dragon's breath, and then you see he's holding up his longsword, he's about to strike. He's pissed off, and for a moment you're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. You watch this sparking ball of lightning go into his chest, and watch his body convulse terribly, and watch his head slowly balloon a little bit before the energy stops, and he just falls to the ground. He is dead.
Shit.
There's no way he's not dead.
Well,
Although I
much
suppose
for
the player can tell if they want to.
That is
But
so much for that.
yeah.
He was an asshole. I thought he was nice, and he turned out to be a real asshole.
Arthea saying those naughty
Blue
words.
is like, yeah, I kind of thought the same, but he was kind of a boss. I kind of had to take orders, so.
I mean,
Bless your heart, sugar.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even. Am I even gonna move? No, I'm not even gonna move because this guy's just gonna whack at me with a mace again.
All right.
So I'm just gonna sit there and kind of give him a look like,
Your next
What?
pal.
well, you got some choices to make, my friend.
Make an intimidation check, just for fun, just to see what happens.
Do I even have any fucking bonus on that? No. 8.
8. Okay. He
Yeah.
turns, looks at Wukor lying dead on the ground, and looks back at you, and kind of readies himself again. Now, even more determined. Like, oh, she's got to die. Cad, go ahead and make me a death saving throw, my darling.
17.
Okay, that is a success. Wukor is dead. Up next, we got Faraday.
Alright. Not knowing Cat is down, but seeing that a fog cloud, probably not the best circumstances right now. Faraday is going to go 5, 10, 15. That's 5, 10, 15. Wonderful. And she is going to cast Lightning Lure. Basically flavored that she's gonna use her whip to do it.
Okay.
And the magic extends the extra 5 feet.
Nice.
I don't know how you want to do it because she can't see, but Prima would need to make a strength saving throw.
So, is it still like an attack roll?
No, it's just a saving throw to see if she gets pulled.
Okay. High or low?
Low.
Okay. You cast the spell and the lightning arcs out and then draws back.
Damn it.
Nothing.
Cujo, don't forget in Roll20, you can put things on the GM layer if you don't want your players to see it.
Fine.
Just saying.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. You're good. I appreciate it. So thank you. I actually forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
All right. Faraday, anything else you want to do?
Yes. I want to move. So that was 15, 5, 10, 15. So that if this guy goes anywhere, he is now within my attack range.
Sounds good. It is Blue's turn. Blue.
I'm working on it, honey.
Blue is feeling ballsy. He's gonna
He's
take
got some
5
blue
footsteps
balls,
forward.
would you say?
What was that?
He's got some blue balls, would you say?
He's gonna be making attack checks. He's gonna be swinging 1 at Thea, 1 at Faraday. First up is Arthea. That is a 19 to hit.
I'll take it.
That is going to be 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Faraday, an 11 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. As he whirls around, you just lean back and the mace just careens past your head.
Oh, you Matrix.
Yeah, it's like a Matrix dodge. Red is going to stay asleep. Now it is Prima's turn. What is everybody's passive perception?
14.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
Also 14.
14.
Mine's 12, but I'm out, so.
I'm 12, but I'm dying.
So you guys kind of stand and, some of you are still dealing with the blue guy. Thurston is still gripping with Wukor's twitching body on the ground. And as a couple seconds go by, you starting to see the fog cloud start to fade, where you can see Cadriel unconscious on the ground. Prima is nowhere to be seen. Up next, we got Dermot.
Healing word CAD.
Okay.
And and that is going to be at first level.
Okay.
And that is a bonus action. My action is going to be firing another crossbow bolt at the blue guy.
Sounds good.
How much healing did I get?
I don't know. I didn't roll it.
Okay.
I don't know. I just did it.
But you're not dead.
Enough to live.
You get 5 points.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Actually, instead of firing a crossbow bolt, I'm going to draw my rapier and prepare an attack if an enemy comes within 5 feet of me.
Okay. All right. Up next, we got Thurston.
Oh goodness.
Robot's passive is 18, so
Oh, good.
I'll PM him.
Well, he
Tell us
will.
where she is.
Good for him. Jeez Louise. I can't get to attack blue without hurting my friends.
Yeah, sorry about
Darn
that.
it. It's cool. I
Sounds
understand.
like a violence problem.
All right. Then I am just going to cast Firebolt at dude.
All right.
Does a 13 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. That is 6 points of damage.
All right. You throw the small bolt of fire. It sails through the air and collides with his shoulder. And he grimaces as he feels the burning kind of going through his clothes onto the skin. He kind of quickly puts out the small embers, slowly turning into a fire. Yeah, that sucked. He's you could see through the singed clothing. You definitely left like a 3rd-degree burn on his shoulder, but he's still up and about.
Okay,
Any movement
I'm
you'd
gonna
like,
move.
or
Yeah, I'm just gonna go like right here. I'm not like super in the stuff, but I could be in the stuff if I want to be. Good.
Alrighty. Up next, we got Arthea.
So DM question: with spells, save or attack rolls, how does that work within 5 feet of someone?
The rules for ranged attacks in general, if you're making it against a melee creature, it's a disadvantage.
Okay.
But if it's a save, I mean, it just goes
as normal, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure there's not something weird that I am forgetting.
You good?
Okay, well, seeing as this guy is a real asshole. You know what? He could have made better life choices. Like, he had the opportunity to make better life choices, and he chose not to do that. Like, actively chose not to do that.
He didn't watch any Sassy Gay Friend.
Yeah, so he decided, no, bad. So I think we are going to...
Has this been the same song?
We're going to cast Tasha's Mind Whip at him.
Yes.
And I need him to make an intelligence save.
Yes.
Oh.
Intelligence save. All right.
Yeah.
Don't know if you know this about thugs. They're not smart.
They're stupid.
That's a 10.
He fails.
He's stupid.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, he's hanging out with, like, drug smuggling, suit tampering, people. All right, so he is going to take 5 and 6 is 11 plus 3 is 14. So he is going to take 14 points of psychic damage. And on his next turn, he either gets to move, take an action, or a bonus action.
Nice.
One of the three.
Interesting. Okay. All right. You cast the spell and you watch his eyes roll into the back of his head for a second, and he shakes his head as the effect sort of wears off, but you're definitely noticing that there is a pretty healthy nosebleed coming out of his face now.
That happens. It happens.
Now that messed him up. Cad, you find yourself coming to consciousness on the floor. You look
Wake
down
up.
and see the stab wound, but you're alive.
I will use half my movement to get up.
Okay.
And as I get up and as I'm revived, I take a deep breath, and seeing that she's not around me, don't know if she's dead. However, I will use my necrotic shroud. So my eyes go black, the spectral wings pop out, and then
What's the radius?
if there's anybody within 10 feet of me, they have to make a charisma saving throw.
All right. You sort of growl to yourself as the wings unfurl and your eyes go black. And you scan the area. There doesn't seem to be anybody within 10 feet.
And then I'm not going to use the rest of my movement because I don't want them to have to make a charisma saving throw or be frightened of me. But
Okay.
I'll have my weapons out for if anybody.
Sounds good. Wukor's dead. We can take him out of the initiative. Faraday.
I'm just gonna attack the blue guy.
Sounds good. Do the thing.
So, let's take a step over. Yeah. I take a step here. Give myself advantage. Which is good because I rolled a 2 otherwise. 16.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
She's not trying to kill him, just trying to knock him out, stun him, going for his knee, I don't know. Flavor that as you will.
Give him an arrow to the knee.
Yeah, which is fine because I rolled garbage. 1 point of fire damage and 8 points of slashing damage.
Well, how do you knock him out? Because that was
Hey! As she steps to the side to get a better vantage point, she will snap the whip and grab, have it wrap around his ankles and just yank.
Oh,
so that he hopefully falls and just kind of knocks his head on the floor.
Yeah, you guys hear a gross but somewhat satisfying thud as you know that you just heard skull plus floor hit real hard, and he is not moving. For a half second, Faraday, you're like,
Uh-oh.
did I overdo it? But then you look, and there's no blood or anything like that.
And then I want to step back here and kind of just, like, I can't do any reaction of any kind yet, but, like, I can't ready an action, but, like, just to kind of guard the stairs and, like, make it harder for anybody to get out if that becomes a thing.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Right. At this point, you guys still kind of look around. Other than the sleeping guy in the corner of the room and the unconscious guy at your feet, everything's quiet. Nothing's moving, nothing's tense, everything's just quiet. At this point, I'll take us all out of the initiative order. what do you guys do?
I'd like to look around and see if there's like if there's a door somewhere that we haven't seen.
Make
Yeah,
a
Came up
perception
from up
check.
the stairs, but maybe behind. Are these bookshelves?
Actually, I will change it to an investigation check. Go ahead and roll investigation as you're examining the room for any hidden doors or anything like that.
I do kind of the same thing and just say,
Yeah.
did anybody see where Prima went? And without moving from where I am, I'll just scan the room.
All right, so
So
then,
I assume that would be a perception.
yes, there you go.
Yeah, and I'll move kind of. Let's see where I want to take myself. I think I'll start down the wall heading toward that desk area and see if maybe there is something else there.
That is 21 perception.
Okay.
25 investigation.
All right. So, almost at the same time, you guys both are scanning the room. Arathea is specifically moving objects around, trying to figure out what's going on. And you both look at this spot of the carpet. See that there is a small little bunched up piece.
Nope.
Arathea, you reach down and very gingerly, almost like you're waiting for it to be caught on fire. You like pick up the corner and then like throw it and like back up.
I'm like lifting it.
You're like, "Ah." And you can see the corner of what appears to be some sort of trapdoor in the floor. And there is a very healthy blood stain across the handle and a little pool of blood that sort of trails to the opening of the trapdoor.
Well, do we go after her?
Yes.
Oh. You're looking a little how do I put this? Is there a polite way to put this?
Well, I don't know much what help I'll be, but I'll do what I can. Let's go, I suppose.
How are you actually on HP?
Me?
Chad? Yes.
I have 5. I'm going to use healing hands on myself and give myself another 3, so I have 8.
You have 8? Okay. Who else is down? Seriously down?
I was, but I'm okay at this point.
Okay, then I will use 2 charges from the Wand of Healing before we go down that hole. I'm going to pull it out.
Oh, I forgot about that fancy wand.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're doing that, they're still just kind of go, what do we do with these guys?
We tie them up.
It's kind of points.
Tie them up.
Tie them up.
Which is what I've been doing while Arathea has been searching.
Sounds good.
And Thurston will just kind of like walk over and be like, oh, okay, I got a job now.
Yes, help me with this. And we'll kind of drag them like towards the stairs so they're like up against the back of the stairs, up against the side of the stairs. Tie them to the stair rail, actually.
Nice. I like it.
I assume that while they were looking, the minute passed and my shroud went away.
Yes, at this point, the shroud has gone down. You feel the energy slowly drift, and your wings almost just slowly curling up behind you before they slowly fade from view.
While Thurston and Faraday are tying people up, I'll do a lap and I'll just disarm and de-equip everybody.
Okay. You get 1 mace. You get 1 short sword. You get a +1 long sword off of Wukor. You get the wand that is lying on the ground. It looks to be inert. And you get a set of studded leather armor. Well, I mean, if you strip Wukor, but that's you.
I think we should.
I'm not interested
Why
in
is-
taking his armor, but like any weapons or any other like tools or equipment or anything that they could use to like cut themselves free after they've been tied up.
Yeah, you're satisfied that you've grabbed any possible methods of escape from them.
Okay.
Before we go down, can I take a look at, I guess, is the desk picture accurate in that there are papers and other items there, something that might
Yes.
indicate, I don't know, a map of where the heck they went?
You
Or
look.
anything. I mean, I'm perfectly content with taking literally all of it and just it into
That's fair.
and to deal with it later.
Yeah, you grab whatever. You grab about 5 potion bottles, along with a couple scrolls and pieces of paper. You just sort of pile it all into your backpack.
Just, I mean, we need evidence of what the heck's going on here, right? I mean, eventually we have to tell somebody about this. This is one of those things where we tell people and they come take care of the problem.
Mhm.
So, into the bag.
Okay.
Into the bag.
Into the bag. No time for dealing with that now. If we can get this girl and bring her in. We are going to try to bring her in, right?
Yes.
I didn't mean to kill the other one. Sometimes it's like not that well controlled.
Well, if she survives long enough, we'll bring her in. She met the end of my sword pretty hard.
I can tell. I'm looking down at this like pool of blood at the bottom.
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes
Is
were
there-
made.
Is
Oh,
there
by me.
anything else that you guys would like to do before you?
Anything?
Mm,
I assume wherever this trapdoor goes, we'll probably have to come back up through this way. So,
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
You don't know that.
well, we don't know that, but that's the assumption that Dermot is going to work off of.
We've also killed the owner, so I think we can probably get back in later.
the door upstairs closed on the way down, so unless somebody else knows how to enter the place.
Cujo, that key ring, that ring of keys that's on the table next to the werewolf head, that is there?
Yes, there is a set of keys.
Faraday's gonna grab that just in case.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Good.
Is there any other small, just insignificant object that I can grab?
Make a perception check.
19.
19. Looking around, you can spot. Ooh, don't yell at me, computer. You can spot on one of the bookshelves that there appears to be a scroll. It's like it's freely just like one of many different items, but it looks as though it has some arcane writing on it.
Okay, I'll
Grab it.
grab that. I'll grab that and I'll give it to Arthea to put in her bag with the other stuff. And the pumpkin head was on the desk, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Can I see the pumpkin head, Arthea?
Yeah. Hand it up, pull it out, and hand it over.
I use it to cast light and to cast light on it, and I give it to Dermot just to make sure that he has something that will let him see as we go down the tunnel.
Dermot and Thurston.
Very good.
Yeah. I thought
No, I got
Thurston
the
had dark
special
vision for
glasses.
some reason.
Oh yeah, you
I
did
had
get
the
the
special
glasses.
glasses.
I forgot you got the glasses.
Please forget about
He's very excited about them.
Well, it's a cantrip for me, so it's not like it wastes anything. So
If you hadn't done that, I was going to light a torch with prestidigitation.
okay,
So we're good.
We're going down.
we good.
We're hopping into the pool of blood at the bottom.
Great.
All right.
Step over it. It's probably fine. I mean, it'd be easier if she passed out. Then we can just tie her up and bring her upstairs.
Yeah.
Corey, quick question for you.
Mhm.
What kind of weapons do you use?
Short swords.
I don't think anyone uses a longsword.
Okay. In that case, before we go down this trapdoor, I hold the longsword and I do like a flourish with it, and I say, Faraday, how do I look? Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Dashing.
And with a big shit-eating grin, I will affix the longsword to my belt loop.
Does it like drag on the floor because you're so much shorter than Wookor was?
Probably.
Yes, it does.
Do you have
If
to
you
like
have a
pick it up as you
scraping
walk,
sound.
like with one arm? You like hold it up behind yourself, kind of like a train.
I affix it to a belt loop, and after a few steps, realizing that it's dragging on the ground a little bit, I pick it up and say, I should probably get a back scabbard for this.
You probably should. What were the other weapons you found?
A short sword, a mace, and I picked up that inert wand.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right.
Onward.
Can I do a quick Arcana check on the wand to see if it has like any kind of juice in it?
Sure. Make an Arcana check.
That is an 18.
Looking at the wand, you definitely get this very faint magical essence off of it, and you can see this very, very dim glow,
Okay.
leading you to believe that this wand did have some sort of charges, and time will tell if any charges come back
Okay.
over the next dawn. Right,
So
you
it's
guys-
possibly not just a stick.
yes.
Possibly.
Okay. It is pending just a stick.
A fancy stick. It's got
It's so
runes on it
fancy.
and stuff. You know, it's pretty.
All right, so you guys head down.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I'll take the helm and stealth.
You guys open the trapdoor and see that there is a very roughly held together wooden ladder that leads to a large cavern system below. Contrary to what you're seeing on the image, there is very, very faint sort of ambient light coming from somewhere in the distance. It's just sort of bouncing off of little pools of water. And it gives us a very odd vibe, as the water reflecting onto the walls just constantly makes you think that there's something moving around you. But you are in a large cavern with one central way that sort of bends around to the left. I will need everybody to make perception checks.
My inspiration, because that's about to wear off. Dustin, what's your inspiration die? D6?
6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how long has it been since he cast that? Like 5 minutes? 4? I mean,
not even.
not even? Okay, so we have a while.
Yeah, you guys would still have it at this point.
I did all of that just as we were starting our way down the stairs into that last room.
That's okay, I'm gonna use it anyway.
I rolled a 4.
I rolled
18?
I rolled a 21.
I rolled the inverse, 12.
Okay.
19.
19. Solid. So as you guys are making your way through, you are seeing spots of blood that are leading almost, you could tell they're rushed footsteps into the distance. Faraday, as you're moving through this large cavern, you can't help but let your eyes wander a little bit at like how huge this cavern is, given that you guys are under a field. And as you're looking around, you can see that there's some small little pieces of like torn cloth. There's some haphazard bones, and actually you can see that there is a skeleton in the distance that is in pieces, but it's wearing this odd set of armor, almost Egyptian-like, It is dark purple and black with some silver insets. That's what I meant to say. Incense.
So it smells nice.
It is old, dilapidated. Whatever happened down here very clearly happened an untold couple of centuries ago. But that sort of catches your eye. As you guys continue forward, you see that the path of blood that you guys are walking along veers to the left, and you can see that there is a small sort of cave that is just built into the wall of this large cavern system. That there is a wrought iron gate. You can see in the distance is about 120 feet away, a little halfling running towards it before she quickly steps inside the door and slams it shut. She quickly fiddles with the spot where the handle is. As you guys all approach, she leans against the back wall of the cavern and just says, I gotta admit, that was pretty fun for my first actual combat. And she looks at her wound. You should have seen your faces.
I'm gonna face step through the gates.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
You just
If
sort
we're
of,
close enough.
Faraday.
If we're close enough.
you guys are, you're close enough.
Okay.
It's essentially, as you're walking, you're just like walking with purpose.
I like
fucking stop
bolt.
it.
And like, it's like fucking Terminator, just like sprinting towards it and just phase right fucking through it. Far enough away that it doesn't trigger, like, nobody's around me on our side. I'm gonna make sure that I get far enough away to not trigger the fear effect.
Okay.
But yeah, just fucking right through it.
She's like just about to continue talking as she's gesturing towards the ground, and as you phase step through, you catch a glimpse of a teleportation circle.
Oh shit!
Made into the ground, and just as she's like and about to activate, she turns and sees you just phase through, and she goes, "Oh!" So, what are the effects of phase step one more time for me?
So because I'm winter, I didn't change. No, so all it is that, so I teleport.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm in winter, anybody within 5 feet of me before I teleport must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. So it would have been the group, not her.
Got it. Okay.
So I'm just using it purely as transportation at this point. Sadly.
Yeah, you teleport directly in front of her, and she freaks out. She's okay. I wasn't prepared for that. That was a little weird. Okay.
I just start laughing and say, "You should see the look on your face."
And I keep walking towards her.
She's just crawling on the ground backwards, like, listen, we could just talk about this. It's fine. Like, it's okay. Like, everything's calm now. We could just be friends. It's fine. Like, listen, you can't really be that surprised that I would really go for something like this, right? I mean, come on now. It's the clasp.
And I hold the whip like between my fists and just
as she has this fearful look, you see this shift in her expression. She goes from this to she just stands up and moves right up to you and just looks right at you. You won't do it. You won't do it if I'm not attacking you. You're too much of a bleeding heart.
Do it, Faraday.
Do you really have it in you? I'm just a little halfling girl. I might have killed some people. Might have caused a whole lot of pain, but you won't do it. You're all show. That's all you are.
I'll try to trip her.
Okay. Make an attack check.
While Prima is saying those things, can I be like telling Faraday, you can do it, just do it. Knock her out so we can take her.
Faraday, you're getting some like cross chatter.
You don't have to kill her. All you have to do is knock her out so we can take her to whoever's in charge.
Dirty 20.
There you go. Filthy 20.
Miss Jackson.
Miss Jackson.
Forgot about Miss Jackson. All right. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. 6 points of slashing and 3 points of fire.
Tell me how you knock her out. Same situation with Blue?
Same situation as Blue, just around the knees and down. I don't extract the whip, like I don't crack it out. I want to keep her restrained, basically.
Okay. You wrap her around the knees. She looks down and then looks back up at you. Disappointing. And then you yank, and then her head smacks the ground, and her eyes roll onto the back of her head.
Cad, get yourselves through the gate.
Can I try to pick the lock?
Yeah, go ahead. Make a. You have thieves' tools?
Yeah.
And proficiency and all that? Okay, cool. So then roll a d20, add your dex, and your proficiency.
Okay. For fuck's sake. Yeah, I don't pick it. I rolled a natural 1.
Eee.
Bad dice. Done.
Thurston will look and go, wait a minute. Don't we have keys? Are those keys
Oh!
for this?
I think Faraday has the keys.
I pull them out of my pocket and I
Chuck them back.
chuck them back. Like I'm not like I'm just gonna throw them so they like either slide under the gate or like as close as humanly possible. Ding
That's
ding
like, we
ding!
can't get inside. We can't do it. I don't know how to do it. Clatter, clatter, clatter.
I lost too much blood back there. I have a headache.
It's like
Legit response.
Thurston goes, Thurston's like, didn't we grab keys? And Beardy's like, oh yeah, me. That's me. Just like frisbees
That
them.
was for
I just-
this.
The idea that everyone else in the party's like, I gotta do this like super sneaky thing. I gotta like pick the lock, and Thurston's like, where are the keys?
I just like that the one person who didn't need the keys is the one who grabbed them.
I know. I'll pick up the keys when Faraday tosses them and I'll open the lock.
Yeah, you pick up the keys. It takes you a minute to find the right one, but you do find the correct key. And
Picked it. Got it, guys.
None of the keys were for this lock.
It's so weird when you pick a lock with the correct key. It's so easy to pick it.
I mean, who knew?
All right. So you guys have an unconscious Prima all tied up. You have a couple more tied up douchebags
Yes.
upstairs. What do you do? This cavern is still huge and enormous. But it's up to you what you guys want to do.
On any of the scattered skeletons down here, aside from that fancy armor, is there anything that looks loot-worthy?
Make an investigation check.
Mm, 19.
You find there's not a whole lot. It's very clear that whoever was here prior had picked the scene clean. But you do find a broken sword. It's essentially like a broken khopesh, the Egyptian sort of blades, where the blade had broken about right before that curve. As you're looking at the blade, you can see it's wrought from some sort of black iron and sort of inlaid with the same silver material that you saw in the armor. Looking a little bit closely, you think that this could be worth a few gold. You can see it's very intricately carved, more so than you would expect from just like a random grunt soldier, but it actually looks pretty fancy.
Do I see the other half of it?
Looking around, you do not see the other half.
Okay. Put it in my bag.
Teleportation circle on the ground.
This is a permanent teleportation circle.
Probably not like a, just kind of like the town transport, right? That's not a thing.
Given
it's
where
down in
you
a
are
cave.
and how to access this place, this was not here, like prior to the town even really being established. Well, no, let me rephrase that. This was here prior to the town being established, but it was very clearly covered up for some reason.
Okay. I doubt I can read it. I will try. Can I make an Arcana check just to see if I can get anything from it? I suspect
Like
it's
location
far.
Okay.
Anything at all. I suspect it's far, far, far beyond what I know. But
go ahead and make an Arcana check.
I'm gonna try anyway.
Did you write down the runes too, maybe?
That I'm gonna do
Like after?
Yeah. And ask somebody who knows a heck of a lot more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I don't know crap about
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
I got a 9.
Really
9.
abuse that notebook.
Yeah, seriously. Gilmore, what do these runes mean?
He's like, this has nothing to do with it.
I literally just draw a picture of the circle and send it. No explanation.
Just snap a photo,
No.
send photo, no text.
Green
nothing.
cap.
It's like the one you get that has 6 question marks after it, the follow-up text.
You would get back a very beautifully drawn picture of Gilmore, like.
It's like the emojis that are like you.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, mostly I think
the Bitmoji.
I'd only check for is I'm probably not going to understand the ruins, especially since I don't know the ones for anything here anyway. But if there's anything in any language that I know that's there, anything like that.
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
All right.
As that is going to be slightly different than the magic understanding.
20.
20. You can't pick up anything from the runes themselves. Runes aren't necessarily a written language.
No.
Now that being said, like runes of power and all that stuff. But looking around the circle, you can see that there are some heavily eroded bits on the wall of this small cave.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see through some of the erosion a phrase in Undercommon.
I speak Undercommon.
In a language you don't understand.
Yep.
It says so much pain. Need to. And then, like, there's a few feet below that where you just see the word survive. And looking around, like, the ceiling, you can see other similar spots where there was, like, you get the idea that there was similar writing there, but just time has completely removed any semblance of understanding from these writings.
I go look at what Arthea is looking at, and then I'll interpret the writing for her.
Yeah, if you can.
It says, so much pain. Need to survive. Is there a body next to, like, the last bit of the phrase? Like, if they, maybe collapsed after writing it or anything like that? Like a skeleton anywhere or anything like that?
There is no other bones or anything, any sign of any like bits of cloth or leather or whatever. There's nothing else in here.
Can I do a history check, essentially. Like, Thurston, you're supposed to think, like, have I ever heard of there being, like, caverns underground around here? Like, what did I learn in 8th grade? Like,
Go ahead and
local
make me
history.
Social
make me a
studies.
history
This is when you have to do the like my town project.
check.
jeez. Well, he doesn't really remember that class because that's a 10, even with the bardic inspiration.
Ouch.
He had strep throat that week. His mom kept him home.
Oh, he was
Aw.
homeschooled. Don't worry, guys.
Oh, his tutor
Um,
had strep throat then.
Yeah.
You remember some bits of that class, but you don't remember if there was any conversation or lessons taught of any caverns hidden underground.
Okay.
Well, should we?
Well, I would like to spend more time exploring down here. I think that we should perhaps. She looks a little worse from the where I got her with my sword. Maybe we should get her out of here and the others before she actually bleeds the last bit of her blood.
Should I heal her?
It's only enough to keep her alive.
Can I tie her, like, instead of just using my whip, I'll use whatever remaining rope. I have, like, 50 feet of rope, so, like...
Yeah, you're good.
I have 50 feet of rope too if you need more.
I'm sure between all of us we're able to...
Caterpillar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you tie her up nice and tight.
All right. Well, I guess I'll pull out the wand of healing and heal her enough so that she's not going to die between now and when we bring her upstairs.
Okay. Go ahead. How many charges are you using?
Just a single one.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your point.
2.
Okay. You can tell. Oh, my window's open. Fun part about the weather being better is that now people are on their balconies, which means that people are talking. And now I'm like, no, I'm running.
They're probably listening.
How dare they? Fuck.
You should go on Twitch and listen. Damn it.
No.
Put a sign in your window next time. Nerdhouse Tabletop on Twitch.
Soon to be on Spotify. You see the wound where the stab went through, and you do see it close up a little bit. So it's not like a mortal wound at this point. It's healed sort of, but it's not like it's gonna be deadly if it's left unchecked at this point. Like,
Okay.
it's clear that she'll be able to survive.
Should we back?
You got a good hit in.
You did.
You did?
Though I don't like that she got so many into you.
Well, dangers of the trade, I suppose.
You guys make your way back up the ladder. Find yourselves in the room that you had left. The only difference is that now there are 2 douchebags who are awake. Still tied up. Very woozy. Against the banister. They see you all climb up, and one of them, like, glares in your direction, and to which the other one just, like, elbows him, like, dude, it's just fucking lay off. So,
Holler up.
we'll tell you whatever you want to know. Just let us live, please. And they keep looking at the body of Wukor.
Oh, you mean you don't like unfair odds?
Listen, we were hired for a job, okay? We just didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. It was supposed to be a one job thing, and then it turned into such a blackmail, okay? We were
Not
kind of-
okay.
Listen, we can't. I don't know. We needed the money, okay? I get the feeling there's nothing I can say that'll make sense or make it seem like it was worth it. So you do what you got to do. The other guy.
I'm not going to kill you. But you chose to bring drugs into your town instead of actively making it better. What kind of man are you?
He just sits there, silent, just sort of staring at the ground.
That's what I thought.
Well, whatever your reason, I'm sure you can explain it to Mayor Frost.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the townsfolk. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to learn that all of this is because of some of their own.
Kermit, why don't you and Thurston go get the mayor or the captain of the guard? We'll stay here.
That is probably a good idea. I just look at Thurston. Shall we?
Indeed.
Okay. You two make your way back up the stairs. Open the door once again. You make your way through the town towards the mayor's house. The town is quiet this time of night. But you do manage to make it to the front gates. You can see one of the guards has his spear and he's sort of leaning against it. Who goes? Oh, yeah. I apologize, my lord. Right this way. And he turns, wiping sleep from his eyes, and opens the gate so you guys can come in. He actually kind of escorts and leads you to that front room, and then says, "Give me a moment. Let me see if I can rouse Mayor Frost. Permit me a moment."
Of course.
A couple moments go by, and you hear footsteps coming down the stairs as you see Mayor Frost wearing a very thin, tattered shirt and some slacks with slippers, and he's sort of got his arms crossed like he's cold now. He's a little grumpy. He's out of his blankets.
Fair.
Yes. How can I help you, my lord?
We apologize for arriving at this late hour, but we have, we believe, found the source of your town's troubles. Would you be able to accompany us to the Locked Cross?
As you're saying this, he kind of wipes his eyes and then makes eye contact with Dermot and the scorch marks on his clothes.
There's been quite the development. The guard captain and Mr. Filthier might also want to accompany us.
Yeah, I'll rouse them. Give me a moment. And he goes back up the stairs. A couple more moments go by, and he returns now wearing a somewhat decent outfit. A-Rock is behind him, surprisingly alert for it being the middle of the night, and the captain of the guard is wearing like an official looking coat. He still has his long sword at his side, and his hair is kind of disheveled. He says, lead the way. I mean, by all means, if you have some sort of evidence, we'd be all ears.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
Guys, make your way back.
Lead on.
While that happens, those of you who are still in the basement of the Locked Cross hear as you see Prima's eyes slowly start to open.
I'm specifically standing on top of the closed trapdoor.
She's like all tied up, and turns out I was right, huh?
Yes, you were.
That's upsetting. So what's the plan? You're gonna, what, send me to jail?
Whatever the authorities decide is justice, I guess.
I thought elves were supposed to be like above governments and shit. Aren't you supposed to be like the lofty, like hard to pin down sort of people?
Killing you would have been mercy. You don't deserve that.
Oh. How's your stomach?
Better than yours.
And then she looks at Arathea. How long do you think it's going to be?
Before what?
Before the harsh reality of this world opens your eyes? Just something to think about. I'll just wait here patiently. And she's just staring at Faraday. Couple more minutes go by, and then you guys hear the door open to the stairway, and you can hear multiple footsteps coming down the stairs.
As you hear the footsteps, you also hear Dermot's voice say, "And this was our first clue."
He's so dramatic, like fucking like a goddamn Perrault novel. Like Agatha Christie novel, goddamn.
Homer ain't got nothing on him.
Love it.
You guys arrive with Arok, and with the captain of the guard. The captain of the guard looks around, locks eyes with Prima and the two thugs, and then looks over at Wukor's body. And Mayor Frost looks at Prima and just is like mouth open, like, please tell me, please somebody explain what is she doing here?
Jealousy seems to rule halflings pretty hard. She was jealous of your friends. So she signed up with the clasp.
Aren't they supposed to be, I mean, I only know a little bit, but aren't they supposed to be helping people?
I like to CAD. That's as far as I know about him.
I think she was
They
more interested
actively-
in helping herself.
They choose to help when it suits them. These people are not the type that would ever help. It would never suit them.
As you say that, Prima winks. Captain, I assume you have you've alerted some of the guards that we are coming? Yes, sir. Good. Bring them down here. I want all of them arrested.
Can I make a suggestion?
By all means.
I point at Primo with my sword. Keep her completely isolated. It's the only way that she'll know this is a punishment, not a reward for some out of the ordinary deed that she just did to try to benefit herself.
As you say that, Prima just smiles and then looks back at Faraday. It's all right. It'll be worth it for that solid pause that I got down below. Because regardless of whatever they do to me, and she's saying this as the captain of the guard is like moving up to like pick her up to like start moving up the stairs, you just hear her say, because no matter what, now I have a rent-free spot in your head.
You'll have to
She's
fight
saying
someone else for it.
About 15 minutes go by. The mayor and Arok are apprised of the situation. The guards come and take the other two away. And the mayor and Arok are in the basement with all of you.
With Faraday's response, I kind of like momentarily give her a look like, what does that mean? But I don't press it there.
Oh, I assume she's talking about Dermot. Like,
That's so much better. That's so much better.
I sort of think about when she was red the other day. I just put my hand on her shoulder. She's fantasize. How Dermot.
The mayor turns to Arok and says, "So wait, the class are a group of rogues and thieves, right?" And Arok says, "Yes, they steal, they assassinate, they hired swords." And then the mayor goes, "So they would have a lot of money, yeah?" And Arok kind of looks at the mayor, and then the mayor looks over at the two trunks that are in the corner of the room next to the desk, and then looks at Cad. "I don't want to assume, but..."
Are the trunks locked? Like, do they have padlocks on them?
They do have large padlocks on them.
I don't want to try to pick it. I just want to try to, like, break the lock with the butt of my sword.
We've got
Unless
keys!
the keys.
you go to do that, and Thurston's like, "We have keys, guys."
I just wanted to do something cool, you guys.
Keys are cool.
Remember how easy it was to pick the lock with the key?
I mean, I think that I actually still have the keys, so I go,
Cad does.
There you go.
I go up to the
Take
trunks.
the lock to that door in the cavern and then just drop it on the ground.
Literally.
They just don't realize that we've left them behind.
Just like, throw them on the ground, stupid keys.
They're still in the door, like when you forget your
Better than
keys
me.
in the door.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Cad's
Open
like
the gate
5
on the
seconds from
other side.
smashing the lock, and they're like, "You have a key."
oh. I take out the keys and unlock the trunks. Lift the lids.
New habits are hard.
Inside. Yeah, get ready.
Oh,
You find, I'm just going to say, over the course of however long you count the stuff, 2,300 copper,
For fuck's sake.
1,100 silver, 3,000 gold. There is a couple other random items. You can't tell if maybe they were stolen or whatever, but you find a small vial with a beautiful sort of filigree on it. You can tell that this is a vial of perfume. You find a rabbit fur ribbon. You find a roughly hewn iron amulet of some kind. You find 3 scrolls with arcane writing. You find 1 potion of this sort of almost like the blue milk from Star Wars, but a little bit like lighter. And then you find 2 potions of healing. In the second trunk, you find a set of light leather armor, very minutely constructed. It's very pretty, and it has a red gem right at the collar. You find 2 oddly shaped, like large potion bottles, about the size of a softball. One has this mostly translucent but slightly bluish liquid that almost has this consistent smoky effect. The other has this constantly moving sort of like boiling, somewhat translucent orange liquid. And you find a red cape, a red cloak of some kind that connects with a iron pin right on the side. So it's a half mantle, I think that's what it's called. And it's got this sort of Merlot sort of color to it. Very, very pretty to look at, with this sort of gray trim to match the iron pin.
I feel like that would look good on Thurston.
I'm sure.
I'm just looking at it, kind of
Doesn't.
looking over at him, being like, yep. Would fit his coloring quite well.
The mayor.
You said the mayor and the other
Hey, Rock.
higher ups like Filthy are still in the room with us.
Yes. They are actually exploring the bookshelves and all the equipment that the people had.
Okay. After I take a peek at like what's in these two trunks, just because I'm curious, I make sure to explain to those guys, exactly what the scheme was. That, as you can see by this werewolf head on the table,
Full on Perot.
The werewolf bile is how they spiked the sued shipments.
The mayor's brow furrows. He says, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that the plot is foiled, and I'm not saying that, there needs to be a bigger, more loftier reason. But this was thought out prior to everything. I feel like there's got to be something more to this. Is there anything else you guys have come across? I mean, I'm looking through these bookshelves. I'm seeing caravan shipment information. I'm seeing some strange garbled correspondence, it looks like, between one letter and another. I don't know who these people are. The language they're using is something I don't understand. But I feel...
Emery's is in here, right?
No.
We wouldn't have called him.
No. He's asleep.
Yeah.
The only, like, expanding on what, our working theory and explanation is, that the class pretty much wanted underground control of the town, which to them meant ruining it and then being responsible for repairing it. The only other interesting bit of information that we've come across is a letter from Lamar Woodward. Is apparently, while we don't know if Emery's has any connection to this, they were the ones who sent Emery's here. That there was apparently some kind of business opportunity.
I don't think that Emery's is smart enough or cunning enough to be amongst the Clasp's assets. This is just...
You don't think he's smart enough You don't think he's smart enough to be a puppet? Puppets typically aren't that smart.
I would say the danger he would put himself in doing something like this,
Is something
should
he's
anybody
definitely
find out.
stupid enough to do.
But for the right price, many people are willing to do anything.
I think he's a buffoon, 100%. It throws me. That's all.
It's possible he didn't know he was being played.
I would only suggest that you keep him nearby, but perhaps at arm's length.
Well, I'm genuinely curious on what he's going to think after whatever news of this gets out, if we even let it out.
There's something else. We caught Prima about to use a teleportation circle. I walk back, and I flip open the
Dramatic
trapdoor.
reveal.
Dramatic reveal!
Yeah, now who's dramatic?
Ta-da!
Listen, she's been very quiet and very patient, and brooding in the corner.
You reveal the trapdoor,
Just
to
biding her
which
time.
Arok actually goes and opens, and his ears kind of fall back just a little. Strange. And he slowly closes the trapdoor again. Ghosts down there. We heard stories of people living under the ground. But it was ages ago. Long before my time. Bad stories. Ghosts down there.
Sure, ghosts?
What kind of ghosts?
Stories we hear. People manipulating, changing people. Making monsters in human skin.
Necromancy?
Lycanthropy?
Monsters
Oh.
in the mind. We
I've
only
definitely
hear stories
visited.
of those from other packs. We don't like hearing those stories. Very scary. Bad.
You said it was long ago this happened?
No.
How long in your time? By how, like, your generation or fathers or your...
Seven packs before me.
7 pack. And how long is a pack? On typically. I'm sure they're different. I think they're different.
Arok sits there like shaking or scratching his head like,
I'm sitting there realizing I have no ungodly idea what that can be because I have no lived. Thinking like 7, wow, that's really long. Oh, they might only live till 10. Damn.
The mayor actually chimes in and says that if what I'm understanding is correct, I think what he's saying is that 7 whole generations of the
Yeah.
Dustpaw Gnolls, and they typically can live to be about 60 or 70.
So we're talking 500 years.
Mm-hmm.
Arok is still like
Trying to. It's okay, buddy.
Arathi
Okay.
is thinking about the fact that that's not that much.
Time is weird, man. Wibbly wobbly, timey
know.
wimey.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you guys have finished counting all of your loot. You mark out the items of interest.
Oh, I have like a bag full of stuff I took from the desk.
Jesus Christ. That's all right.
I have a bag full of papers and some small potions.
In your bag, you find 2 more potions of lesser healing.
Okay.
You find 2 Black Widow poisons. And in the papers, you find letters that were sent back and forth. But you look at the letters, and it's as though, like, the letters in a word, the amount of letters are still there, but the words don't make any sense at all. It looks like somebody's autocorrect was disabled, and they were trying to text with their foot. Like that much, just jumbles of letters on a page.
Kind of slide one over to in front of the others, whoever's around, and say, someone writing in code? Does anyone? Maybe?
The mayor just goes, "Don't look at me."
I mean,
It's not like
maybe-
thieves can't writing type or anything, is it?
No, it's not like
No mention of
phrases
tomato
that you can
plants.
sort of translate into language. It's clear that this is a coded message of some sort.
Gotcha.
I can, I guess, take a crack at it later. Maybe a few of us.
Yeah, we
Not
can
sure,
try.
really. Maybe
I'm sure there's perhaps and I kind of like wave my finger around, a friend that could help me.
Very good.
The mayor
point.
just looks at you and then looks around.
Not right now.
I need a rest.
Right. We can talk about some sort of reward for all of you having discovered this plot and whatnot in the morning if you'd prefer, so you can all get some rest. What I would ask, he looks to Arok, and Arok nods, is that none of this is uttered to anybody above the surface.
I don't know if anyone would believe us.
Probably not. They don't like us very much in the town.
To be fair,
You know, I'm starting to think it was only...
Yeah.
And I kind of point to the banister. I'm starting to think it was only those two and their friends that didn't like me.
Yeah.
There's probably a connection there.
But they didn't
Yeah.
really have a reason at that point.
Of course
If
they
you like
did.
us now, I'd understand.
We came into town and
Immediately
butted
started
our
sneaking
noses in
around
immediately.
their business.
Mm-hmm. We asked
They have nothing-
questions.
If they had nothing to hide, it wouldn't have been a problem.
I kind of gesture to the entire room, and I'm like, but they were clearly hiding something.
That is a them problem and not an us problem.
Well, not anymore, it isn't.
That's true.
Mr. Mayor, if you're going to distance yourself from Emery's, are you going to keep letting him use rooms in your house?
No. Now that the root of the problem has been discovered, I plan on going on the offensive. You see, all it takes, and I've learned this, is when you talk with the right people, they can provide you the right information. Emery's, turns out, has been investing in a arms guild who has been using shoddy materials and knowingly been skimping on their work. Turns out my little favor got called in a little bit early, and now I have some dirt on our dear friend Emery's, and I will make it very clear that if he wishes to stay at my estate, that is 100% fine, but he will no longer drag this town or my name into the mud.
You might just be careful. The elf that's with him had some magical items in their possession. I didn't try to open them. It was some sort of... I'm not very good with magic.
How did you know he had magical items on him?
Well, I mean,
Your guards aren't very perceptive, and I'm very sneaky.
God.
Right. Well, as long as we are all understood that word of this doesn't reach the town, we can discreetly maybe replace Wukor and bar up this basement area so nobody go snooping around, then I'm going to go get the rest of my sleep.
You might want to put some guards on that teleportation circle downstairs. If the clasp is using it.
Who knows who else is using it? I mean, that
Somebody
was
else
permanent.
might-
That's not just that's not a 2-week-old chalk drawing on the ground.
I will
It's
make
been
sure
here
that this
for
place
long.
is searched thoroughly, and any precautions that can be taken will be. We'll also ensure that my guards are awake more often, just in case you guys ever find yourselves coming for a visit. He kind of gives like a half-joking like nod, like, it's all good, but what the hell?
Like, why would you even, like, they're just looking like, why did you say anything?
I'm gonna go get some rest, if that's all right.
I think we should do the same.
Indeed.
Dermot, give him the pumpkin.
Pumpkin?
The glowy pumpkin.
The object that I cast light on and handed to you was the pumpkin that
The trophy.
What's-Her-Tit stole, the trophy.
Oh, yeah. And I give him the pumpkin. The Pumpkin King, the jack-o'-lantern. They're called jack-o'-lanterns.
He accepts the statue and just sort of looks at it. Thank you.
That was our second clue.
I would appreciate actually if you could all stop by in the morning. I'd be happy to actually formally reward you for all of your service.
Of course.
Of course. And we have to go over your business plan, your investment strategy plan.
Right. Of course. Ha ha ha. Just turns and starts making his way towards the stairs.
Does he look like he's having that, like, oh god, I forgot my homework moment where he...
Yep.
Yeah.
100, you don't even need an insight check. But he and A-Rock make their way back up the stairs and out of the tavern. The captain of the guard says, well, I wish it were my people who did this, but I will never turn down the help of an adventurer whenever they come by. So thank you very much for foiling this plot. It's all the same to you. I'm going to have my men start examining and investigating. So if you don't mind, would you mind retiring to your rooms, if only so you can get some sleep?
Of course, lead the way upstairs.
Right.
I'll pull a pint before I go upstairs.
I was going to ask you to steal those scrolls before you went upstairs.
Oh, I mean,
I assume you guys were just like...
Yeah,
like
I thought we took
were the ones going through all of
I
that.
thought we were taking all of that. I thought that's what the shifty eyes that the mayor was giving us.
Can we
You
literally...
know,
are
there's
we
a whole bunch of
walking
loot in this
upstairs
room.
with
You should
two
probably not
trunks?
leave without that.
Like 2 trunks are going with us up the stairs?
Oh, I assumed that we were gonna, like, claim it as our reward later.
Yeah.
I wanted this.
Can I at least pocket the scrolls, knowing that Arathea would enjoy getting to the bottom of them?
Yeah.
We're just like slowly, before we leave, we're just...
Don't worry about it.
Someone's walking up with like a sword down their back. Just
The
like...
captain of the guard essentially like looks at you guys like, yes, of course, we'll get out of your way right now. We will no longer be any distraction. And he's just like, it's not my property.
That's true.
I will leave it off of the ledger after we finish our investigation if something goes missing.
Grab those healing potions too. I'm
Stuff
just
it
saying.
You guys are
Still-
like, one of you like comes back down the stairs like, sorry.
Don't mind me, just gonna... Yeah.
It's like in a guard's hand.
Dermot is just watching this. Like, points to like Faraday and Arthea and says, "You two take one," and points to Canada and Rhodes and is like, "You two take the other one."
Thurston.
Thurston.
The
The other one.
the other one.
One day I'm gonna name a character Rose just to fuck with you guys.
Oh, man.
See, you need a character where like that can be somehow become their nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to find a reason for this now.
To be
Yeah.
fair, I have had a character named Allura when we did the like we go in D&D land. That's the name that I chose in D&D land.
It's true.
Amazing.
D&D land sounds like a theme park.
You
It
need
was
like
not
a
a
dryad
trademark.
druid named like Rhododendron or something like that.
Yes. That's for when we TPK later.
Yep.
Backup character.
I am Sir Nyquil of the Sleepy Persuasion. You all make your way back upstairs. Essentially, whatever you guys wanted to take out of that is yours.
Okay.
The captain's not going to be like, what? No, you have to leave. The captain
Not that
recognizes
one.
that those are possible value adventurer loot, so
Not gonna lie, I take like a handful of gold and some other stuff, some other like money too.
I'm literally telling you guys, just take the whole chest.
Like, carry it up.
Don't bother stuffing your pockets.
Just like drag the chest up the stairs.
There's
Four
5
of
of us.
dragging a
Everybody
chest.
grab an end.
Guys.
With all of our 8 strength, we're dragging this chest up.
Yeah, we have a net
Excuse
strength
you,
of like
I
9.
have 11, so
Oh, okay.
So
No,
on
you roll.
average, we have like a 9 strength.
see, me and Dermot can drag a chest.
I would say over the better course of a half an hour,
Oh
Fuck
my!
you.
you get the chests up the stairs and towards your rooms. What do you guys do?
Pile everything in one room, and we sort through it that night. It's the only logical explanation.
What time is it?
Late.
It's definitely past midnight at this point.
All right,
Late.
we should just.
I agree, though. Just do it now.
Okay.
I don't know about.
She was like just about to lay down on her pillow, like.
I mean,
She's
As
like
they
about to
start
sit down, like. Oh, fuck.
As they start to do it, I'll just say, "I'll be right back," and I go downstairs and I pull 5 pints, one for everybody, and I just bring it back up on the tray, and I'm like, "We deserve this."
We kill the owner and just take this place as our own. Clearly.
I look at Faraday and say that's actually not a bad idea.
What?
I need somebody to run the place.
No,
Why can't we do it?
because you
I'm not
want to
planning on
travel.
staying here.
That's
plan
true.
on
I think
staying
the only
here?
one of us who would know how to run a business.
True.
Never run
Okay,
a
yeah.
bar before.
It sounded better the first time I said it.
What did you say, Thurston?
Thurston goes, I've never run a bar before. He's thinking like, I guess I could just do the accounting. Gross.
What if we made it some sort of, franchise of Marin's place?
I think we'd have a lot of people to ask. That would make a lot more decisions other than us. We are visitors here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I still think we earned the free pints.
Sure.
We can always slip
That's an
some in.
excellent point. And Dermot goes downstairs and pours 5 pints.
Yes!
Oh.
That's
How we ended up with exhaustion.
When
Yeah.
Dermot comes back upstairs, I'm going to cheers him.
I mean, if you guys keep on wanting to poke the exhaustion bear, by
I don't.
all
I don't.
means.
I ended up with a
Just
tattoo.
You did end up with a tattoo.
Does Faraday say that out loud?
Yeah.
Faraday, I woke up next to Marin in the kitchen
Oh yeah.
after Dermot apparently watched the whole night. Your playing was very good, by the way. I do remember that.
Oh,
And then Thurston saw me Donald ducking back up the stairs. That's shirt and no pants. Just saying.
Oh, I got it.
I think we're all.
Faraday didn't get it,
Long
but I
agreement
got
of
it.
what Donald Duck does with his clothing.
And then you and Arathea saw it. I'd rather have had the tattoo. Marin was lovely, though.
Yes, Gad, we've all seen your bare ass. It's very nice.
Well, judging by the swiftness of your playing, I'd say you enjoyed it.
All right.
And Thurston's just like holding his fucking finger, just like
With both hands.
What's going
this
on?
is happening.
So, how do you guys divide up your stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even know what some of it is. I mean, I guess, can I do like, I mean, an Arcana check's not going to tell me necessarily a ton, but like, can I tell if that red cloak is magical? Like, does it have some sort of magical property?
Arathea, do you identify?
You
Not at this level, I
my
don't.
last spell slot to cast Detect Magic.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Close enough.
God, I can do.
You absolutely get some magical essence coming from the light armor, the 2 odd jars of liquid, and the cloak. The cloak, I mean, you don't, these aren't, it's difficult because like I don't know what schools of magic.
Probably abjuration if it's like protection.
If it is, if it increases your AC or increases any of your stats or anything like that, it is probably abjuration.
Okay.
If it deals any kind of elemental damage, is evocation.
Okay.
I think there's the ones that make it more difficult to hit you because it like basically gives people disadvantage, and I feel like those ones are either illusion or enchantment.
Yeah.
Those weird ones.
Anything that gives you like a skill bonus or any other like specific effect is usually enchantment.
Okay. You get strong abjuration from the cloak and the armor, and evocation from the 2 odd jars.
Does the iron amulet give off anything?
No. You can tell, well, looking at the amulet, it's a very roughly hewn symbol to the Dawnfather,
Okay.
with a leather cord. Like this is somebody's keepsake.
It's probably like similar to what I wear for the Raven
Yeah.
Queen.
You said that there was one potion that looked like Star Wars blue milk.
Yes.
Did that give off any kind of specific aura?
Both of the jars filled with the liquid were giving off evocation.
Perhaps we can see somebody that
Okay,
in the morning that will tell us what these things are.
yeah.
If not, I'm sure someone in Western can do it.
Mhm.
I'll look, I guess, at the scrolls.
Yeah.
And kind of spread them out between Thurston and I and Dermot, figuring one of us might be able to figure these out.
I'll pull them out of my shirt because that's where I stuffed them.
Right at it. There's a little bit of like boob sweat.
And I think it's
Sorry about that.
At this point, Faraday's just perched on the
one from
bed.
the bookshelf, Cad. You grabbed one before we went down, right?
Yes, we
Yeah,
should.
I grabbed the one from the bookshelf that had runes
Okay.
on it. And then that was in my pocket. And then the 3 scrolls with the arcane writing on them from the first trunk.
Okay.
So there's 4.
As you guys sit and examine them, you have one of the scrolls is a spell scroll of Featherfall,
Ooh, fancy.
a spell scroll of Hail of Thorns, a spell scroll of Hunter's Mark,
Oh shit!
Makes sense.
and a spell scroll of Fireball.
Oh, why do you do this to
Oh,
yourself?
shit.
You had like 3 more levels to not have to deal with that spell.
Sam, you guys have now gone through the tutorial and like the beginning level area, now I'm gonna stop pulling punches.
I'm just
Just
saying.
saying.
I'm just saying. You had 3 more levels before you would have to deal with that spell.
He still has at least one, but he still has one more.
No,
Unless he
only
can actually
That's true. You
cast.
can't. You
Somebody
can't actually
should be an
cast it.
asshole and take keen mind too.
Oh, are we doing
Who's
that?
gonna take
Because, I
DM's
mean,
bane?
What else would you guys like to do?
Does anybody have any strong feelings about the cloak or the armor?
No.
Not really.
I'm kind of looking at Arthea or Thurston, the cloak. Because neither of you wear armor, correct?
Of us can use armor. So
no, we
I guess once we figure out what the cloak is and does.
yeah. We can always exchange if we have to.
Okay.
I still have Ophelia's coat, so
That's right. You have Ophelia's coat.
and I'm wearing stud
Are you
leather
gonna
already.
take the armor?
Me?
No, it's
Faraday?
light Faraday or Dermot.
No,
leather.
I've got that armor that Gilmore gave us.
Yeah, I'm wearing normal leather armor, so I would be interested in either or both, but I'm not greedy, and I know that Thurston and Arthea wouldn't be able to use the armor anyway.
Yeah, I'm wearing studded leather at the moment, so
It'll be probably about the same.
We're wearing mage armor plus shield sometimes.
Samesies.
if it gives Dermot an advantage on his 18 hit points,
Yeah,
probably
bro,
better to
you
go
need
to him.
you
Yeah.
need armor.
Yeah, take the armor. If this armor is better
Yeah.
in some way.
Yeah. Well, then I guess I'll take the armor.
And then the other 2 spellcasters can fight over the cloak.
The
Cloak.
Maybe Thurston, because Arithia is gonna get the scrolls. Depending on what it is.
Potentially.
Potentially.
I think we'll probably end up splitting some of them.
Do you guys mind if I take some of the poison for my swords?
Ooh, actually,
Take them.
if you give me a chance, let me copy down the scrolls and then I can pass them off to someone else to use.
Sure.
Meta question. I don't think that's how scrolls work.
I
I think if you copy a scroll into your spell book, is that what you're
destroy
saying? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it destroys the scroll.
I know if you cast from it, it destroys it.
I think if you so essentially it's almost like a ritualistic thing. If you sit and copy the arcane language from the scroll, you know what?
Does it transfer the magic
Yeah, I thought
from
you
the
were
scroll
I think
into
it
the
might
book?
transfer the magic of the scroll into your book. And I think that's what destroys it.
But that means you then get those spells permanently.
Well,
right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
can create after you get it permanently, could you in theory create another scroll of it?
If I have the funds
yeah,
for it, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it would just be waste. I mean, it would just be double the money, basically. Then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, which then consumes or destroys the scroll. Yeah, that's what's in there.
So if you copy it, it consumes and destroys it.
So yeah, essentially you can copy it, but then there is a cost to it too.
Yeah.
For example, what it says, a wizard can copy a spell scroll into their spell book for 50 GP per level, plus 2 hours of work. So for a fireball scroll, you would have to spend 150 gold of materials to do so, and it would take 6 hours total, and then you could copy it into your book.
But that is the reason you be a wizard. Because you can do that.
Yeah.
It's really cool if you find any scrolls of divine magic, because that's like 100% out of their realm.
Mm-hmm.
Baldur's Gate 3 lets you just pick up like Shield of Faith and
Oh shit!
other divine magic scrolls, and suddenly you have a wizard that can cast all kinds of
Ugh.
magic.
Fucking
I want to play that
smite!
game so bad.
Fucking
Well, yeah,
smite
play
with
it
some
so bad.
magic. Whew,
Yeah.
boy!
Figure out how I would even
That's why-
add these.
That's why I always said one of the most broken spellcasters in the game is just 19 levels of wizard, and you do a 1-level dip into cleric.
Yep,
Because
knowledge
then
cleric.
you have essentially any spell. Any cleric spell plus any spell that you have in your spell book, which could potentially be every spell.
All right.
We'd each get 600 gold, 220 silver, and 460 copper, by the way.
Okay. Part of me feels that should go towards the town, but I guess depending on... I kind of feel bad taking that.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
will say at some point, not that I'm going to have that be a mechanic in the game, just know if you have a shit ton of money on you, that's going to start adding to your weight, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
going to eventually start having some sort of penalties. Right now, you guys
For
are
sure.
fine. I'm going to
Yeah,
call it
I
a wash,
mean,
but
yeah, there's... What is it? There's 6,400 coins between all of that. That I'm sure that fills one of the chests completely.
mhm.
Like, there's no way we can just carry around that kind of money.
Yeah, I would feel kind of bad taking,
Yeah,
to be
I think
completely honest.
this should be essentially the town's compensation for what they've been put through.
It was probably
partially-
stolen from them
Yeah.
anyway.
Stolen, or it's the money from the suit in some way. It feels like the town's money.
Yeah.
Well, we can use the cart and take it back to the mayor tomorrow, and
Yeah. I mean, we take, 500 gold apiece and just give the rest of it back to the town and call it even.
sure.
I still don't want to even take 500 gold for myself, like a piece.
Yeah.
Well, I was just talking round numbers.
I know.
there's also
But that
Dermot,
only...
who doesn't understand the
There's
value
also
of money.
Dermot, like,
Yeah, there's also Dermot who doesn't give a shit.
Right. Like, I mean, we are going to get, I mean, I think it's okay if we keep the potions and things like that. Like,
Yeah.
potions of healing, that seems fair. And this cloak is really well made. I'm going to have to find the manufacturer. It's beautiful. But yeah, I mean, I don't, maybe it. And then he kind of realized, like, he's about to say, why do we need the gold? And he, like, has that moment of, like, check your privilege and kind of, like, trails off.
Yeah, Faraday doesn't take any of the gold. She will take one of the health potions, though.
I will take one of the health potions.
Yeah, I mean, all of the
And the
other...
poison. I'm going to take both the poisons.
you can-
Yeah, like, the spell scrolls, the other items, the potions, all of that, like... Dermot would want to keep all of that. That stuff actually has value. But, like... And then, like, just like Faraday, like, I have no real... Aside from that one thing at Gilmore's I want to buy, which was, like, a week ago, and so I've kind of forgotten about it. Like, that, especially coinage in that kind of volume, is a nuisance. Like, straight up just a nuisance and inconvenient to have. So just leave it.
So yeah, I don't... Honestly, Faraday doesn't want anything to do with most of this stuff, so...
All right.
She'll take the healing potion to have it, but otherwise... doesn't want any of it.
What I will say is that as you guys eventually, after sorting everything through, kind of coming up with a somewhat game plan, who has the armor and who has the cloak?
I guess I have the armor.
Okay.
Thurston has the cloak.
Okay. I'm just gonna rule that you guys sat with it for an hour. Dermot,
Hmm.
the armor that you have are the leathers of the blood binder.
Oh, that sounds ominous.
It requires attunement. While the AC is 12 plus your dex. While attuned to this armor, you have resistance against necrotic damage. And the feature for this armor holds a maximum of 2 charges. For every charge it holds, your maximum hit points increases by 6 points.
Hey!
Expending a charge lowers your max HP by 6 points.
Ouch.
As a bonus action, you can expend a charge to heal a creature you can see within 60 feet for 2d6 plus your con modifier. The armor regains all expended charges after a long rest.
Solid.
There's your HP. And then, Thurston, the cloak you have is the Cloak of Solitude. You have advantage on all Constitution saving throws whenever there are no creatures within 5 feet of you. You can cast the spell Protection from Poison using this cloak. You can use this feature once per long rest. And as an action, you can trigger the feature, which is called Master of Distancing. As an action, you create a short burst of an arcane force field around you. All creatures within 5 feet of you have to make a strength save. On a failed save, they are pushed 5 feet away from you. You can use this twice per long rest. The
Perfect.
DC for that is 10 plus your con modifier.
Joseph, are these homebrew items?
They are. So I
Okay.
will come up with these in D&D Beyond.
They
Hopefully
might already be in D&D Beyond too. Just search,
Who knows?
like if you search for them, they might be in there too.
Yeah, that might be somewhere. The Cloak of Solitude does not require attunement.
Okay. Thank you. Fancy.
You guys fucking owned the clasp.
I'm sure that's going to turn out oh so well.
Yeah,
for
I'm
us
sure
in the
that won't
future.
bite us in the ass later.
It'll be fine.
Totally.
I'm sorry, you
fine.
said there was a strength save they have to do?
Strength save, which is DC 10 plus your con modifier.
Thank you. Oh god, my handwriting is so shit. It's cool. It's all cool.
Boom. Yep. Somebody just put them in here.
Cool.
That's one. Let me find the other one. What was the name of the one I gave you, Dustin?
Leathers of the Bloodbinder.
Yes. Awesome.
Is it leather or studded leather?
Studded leather.
So, just making sure that I have the right thing. AC 12 plus my dex. While attuned, I have resistance against necrotic damage. Armor holds max 2 charges. For every charge it holds, I gain 6 temporary hit points. Expending a charge removes those temporary hit points. Or increases my hit point maximum, you said.
Mm-hmm.
As a bonus action, I can expend a charge to heal a creature I can see within 60 feet for 2d6 plus my con modifier.
Correct.
And I regain all charges on a long rest.
Correct.
Okay.
Also, it is in your inventory.
Sweet.
I'll do the same for Thurston here.
I
Sorry,
just found
everybody.
it.
Just want to make sure I get this done so I don't forget to later.
It's all good. I just found it.
Oh, you got it?
switched-
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so
Sweet.
thank you.
And then we also have the mace, the short sword, and the long sword is just a +1 long sword, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is the short sword just a regular short sword, not plus
Yeah,
anything?
it's nothing
Yeah,
special.
just a regular short sword.
I already got 2 of those. We get a long rest after that, right?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Also, you guys gain a level.
Yay!
We can take care of that after the stream is done, if you guys
Perfect.
want.
Question: what proficiency would I take to be able to decipher / study the coded message?
I would say that you would need to spend some time on it. I would say that to decipher a coded message from the clasp, you would essentially need to make like several checks. I'm going to say investigation. As you're piecing these elements together to try to find the cipher to piece everything together. There are several of these pages, so it's not like you have one piece of paper that you're going to spend however long on. But
Okay.
I would say that each check would take like a solid maybe hour or 2 of just work of piecing together what letters replace what.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
At the end, this is for the next morning. Are we the next morning yet?
All right, the next morning. The night passes without any incident. You guys sleep in a little bit, given how late things went, but everything seems relatively normal. Yeah.
We get a long rest.
You guys do get a long rest, yes.
Okay. I take a look at that wand.
The wand is now glowing with a nice, brilliant orange glow.
And what school of magic was it emitting?
Evocation.
Evocation. Well, I watched the dude cast Scorching Ray out of it, so that tracks.
Well, you also lived through one of said rays.
Yeah.
Right. We get up and we head up to the mayor's.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
guys do. Go ahead.
What
sorry.
exactly is that wand? Is it just a wand of Scorching Ray?
It's got 2 charges. 2 charges of base level Scorching Ray. Only difference is I was adding an additional +3 to the damage. So instead of just 2d6, I added a +3 to the damage. Actually, there's something I forgot to do. Before the next one.
Oh god. The dragon attacks and you're fucked.
Swoops over the town.
Not again.
It turns out that was that big cave that we walked through.
The legend ended before it could begin.
Arathea,
Ooh.
as you are meditating, you find yourself experiencing this strange sensation of dreaming. You are in this city that you can only assume at one point was beautiful. Huge towers, but these huge stone pieces are littering the ground. This whole place is a ruin. And you can see these pockets of small fires that seem to be burning with ever burning arcane effects. There's nothing to burn, but for some reason this is still burning. The sky, this roiling cloud of just storm, and the wind as it whips through these ruins just conjures this scent of burned flesh and humidity. You're just getting all this heavy pressure, just the surroundings you're finding yourself in. You start making your way through this ruin, and you're seeing these bodies of people everywhere. Until you
Do they
turn.
look like they're burned?
It's a
Or just
combination. It looks like some are burned, some have very clear wounds or claw marks, or it's just missing body part. It's a horror scene. It's like a war took place here. And as you're looking around, you're starting to, like, as you turn and look in one direction and then turn back, you're starting to notice that the bodies are piling up. More are starting to just appear around you. And you have this strange, almost claustrophobic sensation as more of these corpses just seem to be materializing around you as you're not looking.
I like try to climb over them.
You're climbing and you're feeling your hands press into this dead flesh and bone as you're trying to climb out of this ever-growing pile of death the entire time. As you're hearing the crunch of bones and the squish of flesh, you can't help but feel that the sounds almost sound like snickering. And just as these corpses seem to slowly start to overtake you, you finally break through the surface and feel that it's not fresh air, but just you get oxygen back in, just as you're looking up to the sky to see the clouds part. And almost the size of the ruin that you are in, an eye slowly opens in the sky as the clouds part. It has fiendish green energy, and you hear this maniacal, just creepy and your eyes open and you're back into the room.
Is this the middle of the night?
No, at this
This is
point
morning.
it's morning. But when when you started your meditation, it was maybe 20 minutes after breaking with everybody, and it was still the middle of the night. Several hours went by. It wasn't like a
This is an
4-hour
8-hour
meditation.
meditation.
It was an 8-hour meditation.
I look over. Is Gadriel awake?
Cadriel, you are not an elf, so you do have to sleep. You don't have to meditate, right?
Right.
I'd say at this point, she's probably still like sleeping, but like in that sleep, like where you're awake, but you're trying to pretend you're not. So like maybe fall back asleep, like, no, I'm totally dreaming. Come on, brain.
Every morning.
She's probably like rubbing her eyes, but like they're still closed.
I lean over, grab my journal, and try and jot down like feverish journaling.
Okay.
Do I see her like frantically writing as I wake up?
Yeah. You're noticing that she's very intensely focused on writing.
Hey.
Morning. Not looking up.
I'm guessing this is out of the ordinary. Like, I know Arthea journals every night and, like, writes, but is this out of the ordinary, like,
well, I don't want to say make an insight check, because I want to get away from checks, versus other players.
I would say it's probably abnormal in the morning, because most of the time she would have been awake for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, not.
I'll watch her for a few minutes and don't say anything. And then as I notice that she's like feverishly journaling, like I know that she does it usually while I'm sleeping. It doesn't wake me up because sleep like the dead.
She does.
I just kind of sit up, but don't get out of bed because it's warm in there. Are you okay?
Do you ever have those dreams that are not, they don't feel like dreams when you're there? It's like there's something more to the there of it all.
You share a room with me quite frequently, and I know you've heard me wake up before.
Only once recently. But I don't know.
The carriage?
The carriage.
I had a feeling you were awake.
I don't normally sleep that much, but apparently last night I slept or dreamt or I did something for the whole night. And
What did you see?
A city or something that was a city. It was destroyed, shattered, crumbled. I couldn't make out anything, and it didn't look like anywhere I'd been. It was just pieces, broken pieces, and people, bodies everywhere. Just piles and piles and piles of bodies. Kept everywhere I turned, they would just start appearing, and they would start piling up and crawling over my feet, and I finally just started to run and try and scramble away from them. And when I got to the top of this pile and I could see out again, I looked up and there was an eye. Like an eye, not like the clouds. An eye. It was something or someone was looking down at me. And there was this laughter, and it seemed to come from everywhere, in my head, in the air, and from the earth, and it would chattering. And then I woke up.
I'm guessing I would understand what the laughter she heard likely is.
She describes the feeling pretty vividly, and it pretty much matches what you had heard in yours.
I, at this point, will sit up, and I kind of like run my hands through my hair. And I take a deep breath and just mutter to myself for a moment. He knows you're with me.
Who knows who?
The eyes.
The eyes?
I've seen the eye in my dreams. He laughs in my head.
Was that what you dreamed of that night on the carriage?
Not a city. He whispers and dreams. Have been happening since before I met you.
The dreams, the nights on the boat.
Yes. They're what brought me to Marquette when I met you.
And she's kind of just sitting there, like, journals aside, now kind of just legs up on the bed, kind of hugging him.
You have seen my wings.
Yes.
You know I have a sister.
Yes.
She has wings too. They're white. And she can fly. And mine used to be that way.
And then something happened. With the eyes.
And the whispers.
And we had to leave Marquette.
No.
This was before?
I left Nicodranus to go find out what they were. I left Nicodranus to go to Marquette. And I learned that what I thought it was, it wasn't good. My people. There's several different types, and 2 of them you're born with, and people like me are called the Fallen. It's what happens when you do something truly horrible and your soul becomes jaded, corrupted. And I did some bad things for a bad, not person. And I didn't realize. Not a god. Gods are supposed to be good.
Not all of them.
I get up from my bed at this point and I rifle through my things and go in the very bottom and pull out an amulet that I keep very hidden in there, and I show it to her.
I'll take a look at it.
This was his symbol.
You see an amulet that is a gold ring with this little appendage at the top where there are 4 almost like claws coming out of the top.
Do I recognize it?
Make a history check.
The one that I'm good at? No, it's not. Oh, okay. 23.
You have seen this a couple of times. It was towards the end of the book, The Legend of Vox Machina. This is the symbol of the Whispered One, Vecna.
Big Daddy V.
Big Daddy V. Dungeon Shame.
Parentheses. It's got quotes.
Got it
The
tattooed on
Whispered
his
One.
forehead.
Big Daddy V, Vecna.
Yeah.
It's like right across his
Yeah, it's on his
collarbones,
throat.
like this.
Big Daddy V, right here.
Yeah, throat tattoo. Big
Yeah.
Daddy V.
TV.
Oh man, that big dick energy.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Yes, he is
what
one.
else is a lich but a guy who's
He
really
is
just trying to
truly.
make up for something?
More
Okay,
like
he's
a
missing body
bitch.
parts, so you know.
Yeah.
They say when you start losing your senses and things, other things enhance. So I guess that's how it works when you're Vecna.
The nose is next to go, y'all.
Yes.
Damn.
So you worked for him? Served him?
I wouldn't have had I known. He's called the Whispered One for a reason. He gets in your head and in your dreams. And it gets to a point where it's all you can think of. Sometimes you think he's whispering to you, and moments later, maybe he wasn't. My sister tried to convince me not to go, but I think my family thought I was going mad. I went to Marquette, and some of his people met me there as if they knew I was coming. You know what I can do. I can sneak around. I can dispatch somebody in a single hit. I can even have spirits help me.
That's
And
useful.
it's useful when I use it for something useful. I don't think the people that they had me going after truly deserved it. We were...
You did at the time when you were with them.
That's what I did.
You believed that you were doing the right thing?
They told me they were bad people. One of the men that I killed, I heard a noise afterwards, and this little girl came out of the closet. She scared me. And in turn, my wings flew out, and I scared her. I'd never seen them like that before. And that's when I knew that I had to leave, because what I was doing was wrong. I knew what happened to me immediately, and that's when I found you. To leave.
Wondered why we had to leave so fast. I mean, no offense, but you're usually not that skittish, nervous. But who did you scare before him? Before your wings turned, was it always him? Or was there someone else you thought you were?
I pocketed the iron amulet from the chest the night before. And I hold up the Pelor medal. I don't think I'm worthy of the Dawnfather anymore. And I'm wearing the Raven Queen amulet. I don't take it off. I believe she's my way to redemption. I don't like to talk about it very much.
Well, maybe consolation. I think you're jaded, but I don't think you're corrupt. And I don't think anyone's beyond redemption.
I'm not quite sure yet. But if you're having dreams now,
Is it gonna
I just-
continue?
I don't know. I don't know if anybody else has had them. I don't know what... Last time he told me he would always be with me. He would always find me. I don't know if it's something I can just get away from, and I've grown very fond of everybody, and I don't really want you to get hurt. But I don't want to leave you either.
Well, I suspect most of us would probably end up getting hurt more without you. Particularly me.
I don't know how much help I was today, but
You kept her from going after all the rest of us. Think about how I would do in that situation.
I don't know. From what I heard, you blew up a man with a ball of lightning.
That was an accident.
Can you not tell the rest of them about the things I just told you? Don't want them to think the worst of me.
I don't think they'll think the worst of you, but I'll keep it quiet for now. But we should talk about the dreams. If it's not just me and not just you and the others are seeing these things or hearing these things.
I don't know what Faraday saw that day that she turned red, but I hope it wasn't that.
Did turn.
I kind of reach for the amulet and just...
Yeah, I'll hand it.
And I shove it like back in the very bottom of my belongings and like fold it back in some straight clothing. I'm gonna get dressed, and I think that maybe we should complete our tasks that we've set out for today, and I'll take a look at those letters later this evening.
Yeah, I'll just take one look down at the journal, then close it, put it in my bag for the day, and start fishing around for wherever the heck I dropped my...
And as she's doing that, I like catch her wrist and I say, please don't ever say his name.
I won't.
If you have to refer to him, just call him the Whispered One. Names have power. I told this to Mr. Gilmore. Don't ever say it out loud. And then I release her wrist and I go get dressed and head downstairs.
I'm looking at it to see if it's bruised.
It's not bruised, but you definitely felt
There's a mark.
the tone. With that in mind, you all gather yourselves. You head to the mayor's place. You have your cart, which is filled with a chest, filled also with a substantial sum of money. The mayor greets you all and says, "Good morning. Aren't you supposed to be taking some of that?"
We thought the town would be better off with it than us. We have a feeling some of it might actually be the town's.
Well, I thank you so much for the gesture. I will ensure that this is put to good use. Thank you very much. I have taken it upon myself, and also discussed with Arok and other key members of the town this morning, and saw fit to reward you with what we could offer, as your services not only saved the town's skin, but you saved mine, in more ways than one. This holds a piece of parchment. He presents it to Thurston. This is a deed for a building not so far on the outside of town. It was supposed to be another inn, but unfortunately we couldn't quite get the capital going. But I see that it would be foolish to give you some sort of money or anything like that, because that implies that you might never come back again. So I decided to gift you this piece of land so that you can do whatever you wish with it, and hopefully maybe one day if you find yourselves in the neighborhood, you'll find yourselves at home. Also, it was implied you could take some of the gold too, but that's entirely up to you.
Thurston will take the parchment and say that's a very generous offering. I will see to it that even if we're not around, perhaps the building can still be of use to provide more revenue to the town. An empty building and empty land does really nobody any good. And then he reaches into his bag and he pulls out like a stack of papers. Because this morning when you guys came downstairs, like he was eating and like writing the whole time, like one-handed. And he goes,
so cute. I love him so much.
He goes, I may have taken a peek when we were in your office at some of your financial records, and I thought I'd just put together a preliminary plan for you in case you wanted to present it to anybody.
None of you fuckers have any chill. Tattling on yourselves. God damn.
No. Tad already tattled and told him that we were like sneaking around. So he's like, that's out of the bag, so I might as well do something.
I was just snooping around Emery's room. I was trying to protect the mayor, making sure he wasn't framing him.
Damn, snitching on yourselves.
Yeah, it's fine. You know what? They were out on the desk, right? Sure.
Young Lord Thurston, I would very much like to review this preliminary proposal that you have come up with. Actually, if you would like all to follow me, we can have a nice lunch. I actually had the chefs were quite excited you were going to be stopping by. They made something special. And as he's saying this, you actually see coming from the front door an elf and a tabaxi carrying several bags to a large cart that's just ostentatious. And you see Emery's sort of half stomping behind them. And he stops and locks eyes with all of you. And locks eyes with Thurston.
Good morning. Almost afternoon.
Morning. I trust the day has found you well, young lord.
Absolutely fantastic. Can you say the same?
Well.
We're all stifling laughter behind Thurston.
Should we ever see each other again, I'm sure that you would be open for a nice lunchtime discussion. Just two nobles. Bonding, if you will.
But of course, we will probably be traveling to Western soon. If you are heading in that direction, feel free to leave a message at the manor.
I'd be delighted to. He turns and gets on the cart just as his goons finish packing their stuff, and you see the tabaxi start to whip the horses to get them going, and then locks eyes with Cad and freezes for a second, and instead just pulls the reins. Just locking eyes with Cad. At one point, you swear, as they're turning a corner, you see this.
I just keep my eyebrow raised. Yeah, I just keep my eyebrow raised at him, and I just go like this. Without popping out my shroud, would I be able to just turn my eyes black?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
just like turn my eyes black and just keep a smile and wave at them.
You see the Tabaxi's neck disappear and their eyes fold back as they're just focused on getting the hell out. But the cart, wagon, whatever you want to call it, carriage, turns a corner and starts to leave town. I will say at that point, we're going to end tonight's session of Decisions and Dragons. Yay! You guys saved the town.
Huzzah.
We're
Big damn heroes.
Big damn heroes with some land.
We're landowners.
Some land with a mostly building on there. It's great.
Mostly building.
Yeah, I know what I said.
Mostly building.
Is it like they ran out of money and so like one part doesn't have a roof? So it's like mostly built.
What?
Why are you going with spoilers, Rhodes?
Secret drug smuggling basement with like a trapdoor into a shady old cavern.
The mayor, as he's leading you all in, just goes, I know it's an odd question. No, there are no drug smuggling basements, as he's leading you inside the mayor's home.
I didn't think that was a normal thing.
Our party is level 4.
Woohoo!
Super excited about that. And
does Kat still have that necromancy book that she stole from the elf?
I didn't steal it.
I thought you stole it.
No, she put it back.
I thought
No,
you
I
went
put it
back
back.
for it.
I don't think so.
You went back for it when we were.
I did. Oh,
She
did I
left.
steal it?
No,
No,
I thought
I
you, no, you left it. You put it back.
Yeah, no, I left it because I couldn't open it, and then I read Emery's Chainhelm's diary instead and found out about his secret crush on Grog Strongjaw.
Yeah.
I thought you went back for it. I have down that.
I wanted to try to open it, but I identified that the magic was on the lock, and it probably would have fucked my shit up.
Well, plus side, you can look at the archives on Twitch and watch it again. Because everybody is archived.
We need a Danny Carr. We need a historian.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, everything is archived. I typically do the highlight video within the next week or so.
Okay, cool.
So if anybody watching or you guys, us as players, want to rewatch, it's in the Twitch channel. I haven't uploaded to YouTube. I just haven't gotten the time to. I figured this would be easier because the download process is much easier to do on Twitch. So that is there under Decisions and Dragons for anybody to rewatch.
All right, kids. Well, congratulations on your first gigantic leg of your journey where there's been shit around every corner.
Yeah, really.
Can't do the thing, big damn hero.
Bad gap year. I don't know how gap years are supposed to go.
But we will see you all next week for another episode, and we will see where this party ends up going. I understand you guys are heading towards Western. You committing to Western?
I think we want to see. I think we want to see where Thurston comes from.
I literally want to meet Thurston's mom so bad.
Sounds good.
I love the idea that there's no need to go there. The whole party's just like, oh no, we just want to like snoop around your house.
Yeah, we just want to see where that comes from.
There's also like the only really large city around that's like not super out of our way. So if we need
before we head north to less traveled towns.
Plus they have a big astronomy tower. Okay, like giant one. And I'm just saying, like, that's a thing.
But yeah, we've got Cujo on Cujo's Plays Games tomorrow. What are you playing, sir? Do you know yet?
Need to clarify that because I need to figure out. I need to figure out if my brother will be rejoining me again.
Okay.
For another episode of Overwatch, which apparently everyone thought was absolutely hilarious. If not, it might end up being Hades, because I know that one was super, super fun to play. So it's kind of up in the air for Thursdays at the moment.
Sounds good.
That'll probably change. And then don't forget Saturday.
Saturday at 6:30.
Spooky time.
Spooky time, 6:30.
I will say You don't have to go for a full 3-hour stream because your
No.
nerves will be shot.
We may have to do like
Almost out.
as far as we can get, and then the rest of the 3 whatever is left, we might do a different game.
Like Fall Guys or something.
Yeah, or like
Oh my god, you guys are gonna be like, I gotta go play Hello Kitty Island Adventure now.
we'll figure it out. We'll see how far we get. Otherwise, I'm sure there'll be something else we do in addition to that. But yes, we'll do Phasmophobia, and I do like the idea of shots for every sub.
I would say
not for every sub, do like
I would say almost
5,
10 because I did 5 and people were
but your friends are nutso, so
I know.
Your friends are crazy. We don't have as many friends.
This
These
is
are
kind of
my
it.
friends are
My
on the
friends are
screen.
kind of on the screen. In addition to a few others, one is already subbed to the channel.
Yeah.
So we'll discuss it. We'll let you guys know either Saturday of, or just keep an eye on the socials and we will decide what we're going to do. I do think having a sub goal and incentive would be fun.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think I'm not going to do Legos this weekend because we're doing Phasmophobia. That'll be next weekend. And then Dustin and I will probably still stream on Sunday. Probably go back to Deep Rock Galactic for at least a little bit. Maybe not the entire time that we normally stream, but for maybe an hour and a half or so.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
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 All right.
So yeah.
All of you watching from home, don't
Thank
forget to love each
you.
other. Thank you so much for watching. And insert some Wednesday statement here that'll totally be a catchphrase.
When will it be Wednesday?
Done.
See
When
you
will
on
it be
Monday.
Wednesday? Wait, it was when's the next Wednesday?
When's the next Wednesday?
When's Wednesday?
Oh god.
When's the next Wednesday? Yep. All right. Bye,
Mwah.
guys.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.